Mm, mm,
That was fire.
mm. Oh shit! And like that, we're back with another Unpacked, presented to you by the To Be Fair Show. And
The GSH podcast.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
all right, fellas, we are back. We took off for a week, was it, or was it 2 weeks? Um, but we back nonetheless. Entrepreneurship has been kicking my ass, but we made it here a little late, but always on time. Um, and with that said, you're not broke. Life just costs more. Does Black, maybe America, have a money problem? I think we're gonna get into that the whole conversation about finances. Does it make sense? Is it a necessity to have two people working nowadays? Is inflation and the American, dollar pretty much setting everybody up to where budgeting doesn't matter? I don't know. It's a bunch of different ways that we can get there. But before we do that, y'all see the guys. Um, Everybody's back. G, talk to him. What's going on, brother?
What's good, everybody? It's G, host of the GSH podcast, where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future. Forget about everything else. Check it out wherever you get your pods. Just search GSH POD. Hot.
All right. Beside him, I'll see him. A third of the To Be Fair show, host of the To Be Fair show. What's going on, brother?
What up, family? Glad to be back. Missed y'all last week, but we back. Super Bowl's crazy. We had a lot going in. Eggs still cost, shit crazy, but we gonna get to it. Looking forward to a
Uh-oh.
great conversation.
All right. Y'all see him? The mayor of Charlotte. Black is gold. A Black is back with us. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy to be here, man. Happy Wednesday. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, let's get it. What's going on?
All right. So clearly this week there's been a couple big things that happened. We'll start off with the first one, with these icebreakers. Um, the Super Bowl happened. So with that said, I'm gonna share a meme. Let's talk about it. I don't know where y'all want to go with it. It did seem to be a lot of discussion about that halftime show. So I'm gonna push play.
Woman at the Super Bowl? Shit, Rolling Stones. Oh, where are they from? Shit, Liverpool. The UK. Oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. And who performing at the Super Bowl? Shit, Coldplay. Oh, where they from? Shit, London. Oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. Hey, who performing at the Super Bowl? Shit, Rihanna. Oh, hell yeah, where's she from? Barbados. But hell yeah, that's awesome. Who performing at the Super Bowl? Shit, Bad Bunny. Oh, where he from? Puerto Rico. It's in America, by the way. Yeah. And who performing at the Super Bowl?
All right. How'd y'all feel about the Super Bowl performance? Or the Super Bowl halftime show performance? There we go. Talk to me, fellas.
I mean, again, like I'm not the biggest Bad Bunny fan. I barely knew, I ain't really know too many of his songs. I think some of them I've heard, but I just didn't know who it was. Some of the beats sounded familiar, but yeah, I mean, I think he did the set was pretty. The set was cool. Uh, I think he is a good performer. I just didn't necessarily know some of the songs, but I also heard some Spanish speaking people said that it was hard for them to understand too. Kind of similar to like Bone Thugs or like a really fast rapper, to where like even some of them didn't understand it. So I don't think language was necessarily an issue, uh, but at least not for me. Uh, but I thought it was a good performance. That's all I got.
So you gonna compare
Yeah.
understanding Bone Thugs to understanding a nigga speaking Spanish?
I know a little Spanish and I couldn't understand it, and I was like, why can't I understand? And then they was like, well, we couldn't understand it. And so I was like, oh, okay, because there's
Let
certain
me
times
see,
where
let me see,
yeah, he was just
let me
rapping. Yeah, he
see,
was rapping, but he was going fast.
living in yeah, I didn't even know what that
Hey,
meant.
you act like you ain't never Googled a rapper's lyrics before.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I used to
Yeah,
AZ lyrics, definitely.
For sure.
I
yeah.
That
think
time.
Nah,
Genius
man,
now. I think
I
Genius
like
the site now.
yeah, I like the performance a lot, man. I think with me, I was introduced to Bad Bunny. I guess kind of how a lot of people was like they never heard of him live performance. So I had a friend. She had got like he came to Charlotte to Spectrum. She had a suite or whatever and had tickets. Like I don't know, she had the whole suite. So I'm like, all right, free suite. Shit, I ain't doing nothing. It was like a Thursday random night. I never heard Bad Bunny in my life. So we in the suite. It's drinks, it's food, great time. Man, the show was great, and it was just like seeing the crowd react to him,
Hmm.
his stage presence. It was just vibes. So in the crowd, I'm like, damn, this nigga like a Puerto Rican Michael Jackson. Well, I said
Mm.
from that show, I got like a Puerto Rican Kanye, like cause going to Kanye shows and his stage production and the elaborateness. Like I got it then, cause I heard him, but I listened to his music, and even after that, I don't really listen to his music, but I respected him. So when the Super Bowl came, like I mean, of course, I don't understand Spanish, but like visually, I understood the context of what it was doing, and it's like people's reactions was funny because it's like, damn, like we listen to reggaeton and dance hall and Afro beats and all type of shit where we don't really understand the language. Somebody brought up the Macarena, how it was a hit. Like, still don't know what they say in the Macarena, but niggas know how to do the dance. Like, it's plenty of examples. We got anime. I didn't watch a whole Japanese anime with no English before, but I understood the story just through visual context. So, as soon as he opened up into sugar canes and shit, and me just knowing history, not even beyond Bad Bunny, like historically, I'm like, oh, this nigga, he started from the beginning. Like he's reminding like how long they've been here, what they did for America. So I'm seeing that transition and showing like their contributions to America and also putting on like other islands and stuff too. So it was dope. I mean, the reaction to me is like it's fun to react. I mean, negative, love it, but we always gonna react to shit every year. Like it's the new that's the new dynamic with social media is like we get to say we don't want somebody for months, we go all watch it anyway, and then we're gonna react to it again anyway, and it's gonna be all
Mm.
this hoopla and then it'll pass in 2 weeks. But I mean, overall, I think it was cool. It was different. And if you got a Super Bowl party or something, most of the time you can't really pay attention anyway. I mean, you can tap
Hmm.
in, people talking, people yelling. So I just don't understand how people are so mad and all the ignorance about the English language and all that shit. It's just like, come on, man. Like just vibe. Sometimes we just vibe. Like I just wanted to go to Puerto Rico the next day. I don't even drink, but get some fucking margarita, tequilas,
English
whatever, and go
English isn't
vibe.
even
Cause it's
our.
like,
That's in Mexico. But
yeah, but
like
you
the
know what
the
I mean. The
the
vibe.
so I mean like that's my thing. Like, was it? Do I hate it? No, I don't hate it. Like,
Oh shit.
nothing to hate.
Uh oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Big G.
Do I hate
Hey, you
it?
gotta
I
add
can't say
balance,
I hate
man.
it. I'm not mad at it, and I
All right,
understand. I
here we go.
understand. I understand the
FBAG
NFL's.
coming. God damn.
Hey, look. I understand.
BAG.
I respect the NFL's hustle. They trying to expand into Mexico City. I think that they really trying to target that as the next expansion in terms of international because they struggling. Like they're not like the NBA. Basketball is really a world sport, whereas the NFL is it just doesn't have the same global appeal. So like the way that they are going to grow as a league will probably be moving south into those Latin American countries, Mexico, everything that nigga mentioned at the end of his performance, like those are going to be the markets that the NFL can really tap into. And then when you consider like time zones, they, you know, everybody's in the same time zone. So it's like that's an actual market. When you look at how everything's streaming now and everything, they can really draw more eyes to the NFL product. So I respect the hustle and the strategy. As a viewer, like similar to A Black, I've never listened to Bad Bunny. I'm very familiar with his place in culture, what he did in Puerto Rico, where he just had those concerts back to back, had everybody flying out, selling out every show, not going on tour, just having a show locally at home in Puerto Rico. But yeah, like, yo, I'm the type of nigga, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even watch movies with subtitles. That's not my vibe. If I can't listen, like, and follow from an auditory standpoint, it's hard for me to care like that. I got to be able to hear and break things down for me to connect like that. It's always
I'm
been
be
like
honest.
that.
For
So
me, especially with R&B and song, it's beat melody. I'm gonna catch them lyrics a little bit later. That's
Another
just me
thing,
personally.
uh, another thing that I thought was interesting is English isn't even our official language here in America,
what
and
is it then?
we don't have one. So I
We
think
don't
that
got one
leaves it open
officially,
to,
but
All
yeah.
right.
but I think that leaves it open to like that. I think that speaks to like the concept of America is like it's a like
But let me ask a
respect.
question
I
here. Let me
think
ask a
that speaks
question
to it.
here. Let me ask a question because at the end of his performance, he started listing all of these countries that
Mm-hmm.
were in America.
Okay.
Did he I don't know if this is true or not, but did he intentionally exclude the Black Caribbean countries and only mention the Spanish speaking countries?
Nah, he shot it out Haiti and stuff.
He
Like
did shout out Haiti
that
and
was
Jamaica as well.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay.
why that's why they was giving him love, because he shouted out all of them. And I thought that was another cool part of it, because without it being in English, when it's over, you want more. You want to know what he's saying. So now you seeing all these breakdowns by the Spanish speaking people, like a damn Marvel movie. They got Easter eggs, and oh, he meant this and that. So it put on another dynamic of like, if you're just interested in culture and curiosity of like, well, shit, what was he saying? And I knew he was talking something then. So people doing these breakdowns, I thought that was an interesting component of like, I mean, you had that with Kendrick, because that's Kendrick in our culture, and we used to that with him. But typically after halftime shows, other than basic criticism, it ain't no real deep dive into meaningful stuff. And now they kind of are doing. I feel like Kendrick kicked that off. Prince did it a little bit, but Kendrick really, I
I
feel
think
like, kicked that off of like, we're gonna start showing different layers of meaning and have people talking about this for weeks afterwards too. And I think that was a dope part of it.
Beyonce had one too that was like that.
I think her shit is more speculation as far as like the Illuminati, but I don't think Beyonce will be doing a lot of deep shit. Like, I think the fans put the mythology on her. I mean, she do some stuff, but it don't be like, I feel like super deep. Like, she'll pay homage to different people and do stuff like that. But
She'll bring the girls out with the afros. It'd be like surface level deep.
she gonna do the empowerment
My
thing.
bad. I was just trying to show love to the Beehive, but
Nick Fuentes was defending Bad Bunny.
I don't know.
it's
We about to
crazy
see.
shit.
Johnny sent this in, so we're gonna see. Let's see what side of the internet Johnny was on.
It's you. Hey, you guys are idiots. All right. It's just a little rage bait. Hey, just jokes. Relax. Everyone's going to be okay. What do you need? A safe space? Here. We'll rent an overflow space, and we'll hang up some red, white, and blue streamers, and we'll put some country music on. Okay. We'll do a little counter programming. Okay, would that make you feel better? Do you need a little safe space? This song is in Spanish. This isn't English. This is Spanish. Hey, it's okay. We have some counter programming. We rented an overflow room. We're going to play some country music. There. It's all right. It's going to be fine. We'll have some ranch dressing. We'll have some Domino's pizza. It's going to be fine. No, I'm kidding. I'm just guys. Since when? Since when did our side become like this? Maybe we've always been like this and I just never saw it. Here's my unironic take about the halftime. I'm joking around a little bit. Here's my unironic take. Is we have to talk about a couple of things. We have to talk about the halftime show. We can't talk about it without also discussing the Kid Rock thing that was going on somewhere else. What the fuck was that? I mean, if that's the best we have to offer, honestly, I'm switching sides. If that's seriously, they said this is the all-American halftime show. God, family, and it's like, okay, if that's the all-American halftime show, I don't know, guys. We're losing them. You know, we got to come up with something better because that was a tough watch. If it is a requirement to pretend to like that, to be like a patriot, like I can't do it. I'm just telling you up front. I'm going to be honest with you. Full disclosure, I can't do it.
And the white.
I think I'd rather kill myself than pretend to like that. So you're telling me we're at the Super Bowl party with the normies, with the hoes, with the chuds and the faggots. We're at the Super Bowl watch party.
I
guess it's
Johnny man.
I ain't know it went there.
Oh my gosh, man!
I guess that's what we got to end of that. But
this is why you can't fuck with this dude. He say anything.
Yeah, what I will say is that at least you can say, or one thing you can say about Nick is that he has his own opinion. Whatever, like it shouldn't be mad racist and crazy, but he don't just ride with the side.
But his last name is Fuentes, so this is a convenient side to pick.
This is fair also.
Yeah.
He's a self-admitted descendant of Mexican heritage. So, like, you know, white look like he'll tell white tethers.
I think he liked Bad Bunny for real.
And white tethers tearing Maga apart.
He probably a fan for real.
Oh yeah.
I ain't talking about the music. I ain't talking about music.
All right, shout out Unc said everybody always trying to be all nice and kind. Bad Bunny show.
I want to like it's very
and
rare,
he can't
though.
sing and sound like shit. That's what Unc said.
But like it's rare that it's gonna.
I can't tell if he's singing or rapping because I don't know. I can't understand him.
He do both, but it's rare that like an artist that everybody like.
Right.
I mean, but at the same time, we've had plenty of artists that we ain't like, and black people didn't like go crazy complaining when it was Coldplay and YouTube. And,
yeah, we had to watch YouTube.
Well, I fuck with
Rolling
Coldplay.
Stone.
I mean, exactly.
but we can adapt though. Like we can adapt. It's a 15-minute show. I mean, I listen to Coldplay on the 95.1 every now and then. You know, some little rock shit. Cool. But they just be having to go crazy. But like, it can be Rihanna. It can be Usher. It's always gonna be a crowd of people that I don't listen to them like that. So it's like, bro, 15 minutes this year. Next year might be your year. Who knows? But like, nigga, if you ain't Michael Jackson, it ain't gonna be no artist that everybody like. Like, yeah, I just don't. Even Beyonce, like
Usher was
Beyonce
close.
Got haters.
Don't nobody dislike
Beyonce
Usher.
was the closest. I think Beyonce was. I don't
there.
think it was no complaints with Beyonce. Usher, I remember niggas still complaining. I'm skating all over the place, but you know his was dope too.
Shit for real.
Nah, I understand. They hate on everything, but
hate.
Go, no matter who they pick next year, they're like now like Chris Brown. You know they go bring up all his old shit like again and
they
again.
Can't go Chris Brown.
Like, yeah, he. I don't know if he'll get the Super Bowl. He might. I mean, shit, but
it'll be tough.
It's rage bait, man.
But I guess it's two ways. So let's hit this first. I thought that Nick Fuentes hit a good point that almost segued us into actually, yeah, we will go there. He was speaking about the right and if they had become snowflakes and if they was always as much of complainers. Recently, again, I don't be as tapped in as I previously have been, but there has been a guy that has made my timeline a couple times. Over like the past couple days, he jumped into the Jubilee. Matter of fact, I think Johnny might have been the first one to put me on. He asked me, who is this? And I was like, I don't know. But he's been making his rounds in the Jubilee debates. And some people are saying that he's starting to piss conservatives off. I just want to get y'all take on some of these.
Let me ask you a question.
Some of these videos, and let me know your thoughts.
He sound like somebody.
What would be the purpose of enacting tariffs on a country like Canada?
On Canada, well, you want to protect certain industries, and Canada also has a lot of tariffs on the United States, and to get them to have a trade agreement with the United States on that, I don't think it's.
Didn't we have free trade?
I don't think
Canada?
I don't think.
What was the United States Mexico Canada agreement?
Yeah, that wasn't in effect when Donald Trump took office.
Who negotiated the United States Mexico Canada agreement?
Well, I don't think it is not a good thing.
Who negotiated?
It's not a good.
Do you know
thing
what it is?
Other countries. It is not.
Do you know what it is? You don't know what it is, do you?
Yes, I do.
What is it? Explain it.
Yeah, it was a trade agreement between the United States that overturned the previous NAFTA agreement.
And so, what did it do?
It established the parameters.
So, who negotiated it?
It was Donald Trump.
So, Donald Trump negotiated the USMCA.
Yeah, we need to
free trade agreement that was governing over the United States.
It wasn't free trade. We need to renegotiate these trade agreements.
What does NAFTA stand for?
North American Free Trade Agreement. That's what was before Donald Trump.
Like free trade.
Yeah, again, that was before. That wasn't in effect when Donald Trump.
And so then yes, it was. And so, first of all, the USMCA was effectively the same thing as NAFTA.
No,
and so what changed?
I mean, the trade parameters changed, but like I said, I don't think it's a good thing.
Name one.
What do you mean?
What changed?
I mean, for starters, lumber. The way that we trade lumber with Canada changed. I don't remember intricacies of the USMCA. But what I will say is, I don't think it's a good thing.
So we have free trade with Canada.
I don't think it's a good thing when countries like.
So why did you go and put tariffs on a country that we had free trade with? What gets better than free?
Well, I guess with Canada, there's also the.
I mean, I didn't know that.
There's also the added part. There's
also
the added part with Canada that they were spraying propaganda into the United States, which isn't a good thing. That we have an ally spraying propaganda into the United States.
That has nothing to do with what.
Yes, it is.
I'm just asking you.
Tariffs are a means.
Why did you put tariffs on a country that we had free trade with? It was free.
Yeah, because they were pumping propaganda into the United States.
They were pumping propaganda into the United States. How?
How? It was like during the World Series, Canada propaganda to the United States. Of course, we're going to put tariffs on them for that.
We showed a commercial of Ronald Reagan in his own words.
Yeah,
so that means that
have other countries.
So wait a second. So wait a second. So you just made Americans pay more for everything that comes from Canada because they showed a commercial you didn't like? That sounds like being a snowflake, if you ask me.
We should be holding our allies accountable.
Why are conservatives so sensitive?
The United States of America.
This is what happens when you have conservative government. They're so sensitive. They're over here raising your prices because they had a commercial that you don't like.
Tariffs don't raise prices. There was just a study.
What?
I believe used Chicago that came out that tariffs actually don't raise the prices.
Why would you go put tariffs on a country we had free FREE trade with?
I think that we have a strategic advantage of having our lumber industry here in the United States. I don't want to be reliant upon Canada for lumber.
To go and achieve that aim.
Yeah, it makes it more expensive for imports to come to the United States so that businesses can relocate back to America.
So now, if your disagreement was tariffs on lumber, your answer now is for tariffs on everything.
Again, you want to establish leverage for future trade agreements. That's how trade agreements work. That's how negotiations work.
And the leverage is to go and charge for something you are getting largely for free.
All right, so nonetheless, like I said, that was a longer one, pause. But let me push play on another one, and
now you're complaining that Donald Trump can't magically flip the switch.
He made the promise. Don't make promises you can't keep.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is disingenuous. You haven't even waited a year yet.
He said that he was going to do this quickly. He said on day one he was going to start lowering
Democrats and Republicans. We realize things take time.
You made the promise and said that it was going to happen in less than a year.
Everybody makes promises, my man. Let's be.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not. Again, this is why I think you're disingenuous. You're laughing at me. Now you're complaining that Donald Trump can't magically flip the switch.
He made the promise. Don't make promises you can't keep.
So that's what I'm saying. It's disingenuous. You haven't even waited a year yet.
He said that he was going to do this quickly. He said on day one he was going to start lowering
Democrats and Republicans. We realize things take time.
You made the promise and said that it was going to happen.
Oh, my bad. It must have went around. But yeah, nonetheless, I can play a couple more, or we can
play it with the dude. Play the one with the dude in the suit.
This one?
You called Barack Obama the greatest president that ever was, and I said,
did I say that?
Do you endorse his drone strikes? Yes, you did.
I said he was a great president.
So you think killing civilians makes somebody a great president?
So do you think Donald Trump was a great president?
I think he's doing a pretty good job compared to
other people. So you think a pretty good president is someone who had more drone strikes than Barack Obama?
I don't endorse drone strikes. No, I don't.
So it's almost like that's a wash then.
We're stuck in the same point. We're going around. I feel like we're going around in circles. Let's just take it back for a second.
Because it didn't work out for you. That's kind of how that went.
Yeah, you can frame it however you want, but that's not actually.
I don't think libs of TikTok are like this one.
I think the people at home can see a lot better that you hate America and that you really proved my point for me. You literally said that you have a problem with me wearing this suit where I have. Trump. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're going back in circles. I'm trying to move the conversation forward. It's got nothing to do. I could argue about this for my whole life, but I think the good people at home would rather see something different.
Yeah, so I'd pivot too if I were you. It's not working out well for you.
You can say whatever you want to save your ego. Here's the thing, okay? Prove to me that you don't hate America. I gave you a bunch of data. Show one piece of policy from Democrats that's been good for the working class.
You asked me to prove whether or not I love America. I love America.
No. That's not what I asked you. That is not what I asked you.
Wanted me to prove.
I asked for one piece of policy.
My grandparents worked their entire lives.
Look, the Democrat Party.
I love
the Democrat Party is one of the most dishonest, self-serving parties in the history of this country. Well, it's been like this forever. Okay, Ilhan Omar got into office. Okay, so defend Ilhan Omar. She got into office with negative net worth of $45,000. She's worth $60 million now.
I'm not here to talk about
AOC. Just went on a Stop the Oligarchy tour. Spent $50,000 on luxury hotels and Bad Bunny concerts. How is that loving America?
Wait a second. I just want to make sure that something's clear.
No, just explain that to me. No. Now you're trying to pivot. You're trying to pivot.
I just want to make sure this is right. You're trying to say that someone increasing their net worth
in Congress,
in government per se, is indicative of someone who doesn't care about America, right?
I think enriching yourself on the backs of Americans when you're there to serve is inherently dishonest, corrupt, and it is anti-American.
You think so?
Yeah.
How much has Donald Trump's net worth increased since he's been the president?
I know that he spent, for a fact, over $600 million in wrongful lawsuits that were brought by Letitia James and all of these crazy Democrats in the judicial.
How much?
How much what?
How much has his net worth increased since he's been president in 2025?
Well, you tell me.
$3.3 billion.
Mm-hmm. He also had to spend. He also had to spend $600 million. He also had to spend $600 million on these lawsuits that you guys, these frivolous lawsuits that you guys are bringing up.
Has made more money off the.
He's been an independent businessman his entire life. He still owns golf courses. His son Eric
made more than him.
His son Eric still runs the golf courses.
So if your own logic is that making money in public office is indicative of someone who hates America, I would say the guy who's made more than anybody else in the history of America probably hates America,
this is
right?
An absolutely false equivalence.
That's not how that works, did it?
This is an absolutely false equivalence.
That didn't work out well for you.
This is a false equivalence.
Your campaign is going to be struggling after today.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be fine, okay? Do you have a problem with Congress people enriching themselves off of insider trading?
I believe that we should ban insider trading 100%, and I support John Ossoff's.
So, are you going to call out? But by the way, are you going to call out the people in your party?
Here's the situation. You just made an argument that making money in public office is something that is inherently indicative of someone who hates America. You're literally cheerleading and dressing like the man who's made more money off the presidency than anybody else in history, and you don't want to call that out. Partially because he wouldn't create a crypto coin. Partially because he created a crypto coin that he literally used taxpayer dollars to go meet with people as a result of those things. The crypto coin that he created.
What you're saying?
You don't want to talk about that, do you?
To begin with,
the crypto coin.
These are all, bro.
Do we know
he was
a businessman? Crypto coin?
He was a businessman to begin with.
Let me ask you this: do we know who's investing in Trump's crypto coin?
Lay it on me.
Do we know?
Well, lay it on me.
Do we know for sure?
Why are you bringing this up if you don't know?
Because the point is that he is literally making money, billions of dollars, off of a crypto coin that he literally is pushing that we have no transparency on whatsoever. If that's not shady, I don't know what is. You have him literally spending our taxpayer dollars to go meet with his crypto donors. And that doesn't sound like something that's inherently corrupt to you.
All right.
I bet you I know somebody who invested in it.
Who?
Name Ron J.E. He probably invested in that bad boy.
Wait. Are you just throwing out Jay-Z slander just because?
No, I said J.E. It was his initials. J.E. Had the island.
Oh, you said rhymes with. I was like,
I couldn't think of nothing that rhymed with it that quickly. I couldn't think.
That nigga had me confused too. I was like, what?
I couldn't think of nothing that rhymed with it. But
you know, he was dead when Trump came out with the coin.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but I seen him talking about Bitcoin and stuff all early and stuff. Sure, he had to.
So nonetheless, fellas, what is
I don't think he dead anyway. I don't think he dead anyway.
On what exactly?
Isaiah Martin, welcome to the show. He has came to, I guess, quote unquote, put belt to ass to Republicans, conservatives. Are conservatives turning into the snowflakes they complained about?
I mean, the clips are definitely entertaining. I mean, you know, like these, but it does. It just goes to show, like, a lot of people have these passionate arguments, but they don't necessarily understand why they feel so passionately about it, or don't have much or substance to kind of back up their positions. But this idea that, like, I'm curious more about this idea of the snowflake concept. Like, is he trying to say that, like, conservatives are more sensitive than liberals, or just as sensitive? Like what is really, like, what is he really trying to say there?
I mean, to me, I think they've always been like that. I think even when they started saying snowflake stuff, like, you could go back to when Rush Limbaugh and those people was like,
how quickly they get offended, yeah,
and how quickly they've always got offended. But to me, I don't think it's whether they're more or worse than the liberals. I think it's the same. I think they're just mirrors of each other, because I mean they literally like use the same tactics. So
is snowflake a conservative like pun, like a diss, or is it apply to both sides?
I think they coined the term, but I think the mindset or the strategy to like the rage bait and get people like emotionally riled up, I think that has been a playbook for both sides, and I think the Republicans are now like copying what they saw
and that's
some of the Democrats
Nick
doing
was
in the last cycle, and but to me it's always been like that from I can remember in the 90s when they didn't like Clinton, and then Bush got in and Obama. It's always been similar, like just whoever got the power, the other side gonna cry.
Oh yeah, they used to hate when
they be big dog,
Obama wore a
and
certain
the other
color
side cry. Yeah, so it's just you got one person that had the power, the other side be crying. It's always been like that. I think the Republicans have, they coined the term snowflake to like make it seem like it was something new. But I think it's always been like that in politics. I think both sides always kind of mirror each other in strategy.
Hey, Black, talk to us.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with Johnny. I mean, I feel like they both are selective when they want to be overly offended by things, and then they both pull that's fake outrage. So, when Trump posts the monkeys and niggas mad, they press tech and say, "Oh, that's fake outrage. That's a distraction." But when things are reversed, then they're offended, and how dare you? Because with the Republicans, and Trump is creating this white nationalist air of, how dare you even criticize me? How dare you challenge me? You black person, you woman, you immigrant, you gay person, you whatever. Their whole thing is, you don't even get to criticize me, We do the criticize, and when we're offended, we want to investigate. So they've been playing the victim side to push their agendas to do what they want. They investigating Nike because they were saying they discriminating against white people and, and hiring and stuff like
Nah,
that.
y'all just can't
And
put basketball.
Yeah, we need to really look into this because this is serious. But if it was black people suing for discrimination, they'd be calling it fake news or fake outrage or rage bait. So I mean, they
Or
both
snowflake.
playing.
They
They
should sue
both
the
playing
NBA
both
next.
sides. They both playing both sides, but the difference is the Republicans and Trump are actually, trying to act on their stuff. They actually have the power, and a lot of stuff is getting blocked by judges and governors and stuff on state levels and stuff. All Trump shit is not going through, but every day this nigga signing something or trying to do something, like he don't take no days off. And the Democrats is just, I mean, they're resisting where they can, but sometimes it seems like they be kind of powerless. So I feel like they are switching back on the attack now, and they're trying to be the transparent and honest ones again. But to do that, they're gonna have to lose a lot of their party and uplift a lot of people because they got a lot of complicit Democrats too that have been dirty in the past. But if they go clean their party up, they have to start grooming new faces, new names, and people who don't got a lot of dirt behind them. But yeah, man, it's just like, and then you got the clout factor of I might not even feel like this, but I'm gonna say something wild because everybody gonna talk to me like Megan Kelly or something. Like I'm gonna say the wildest thing, like about the Super Bowl shit. Because so now you got that side of it of like them not even being genuine racist or genuine
Mm-hmm.
conservative or genuine
Mm-hmm.
hate, but they're taking on the character of it of like, well, I'll take the heat for this week, but it's gonna blow up our algorithm and our
Yeah, it's gonna
monetization.
bring us
I'm
ratings and
gonna be in
money.
the news
I
because
think
I'm
they,
I'm being anti. Even with Kid Rock doing all this shit, like nobody was talking about Kid Rock, but
yeah, but
the
see, I
attention
think they
is
realizing.
addictive.
I think they realizing like that's why you see the Nick Fuente. I think they realizing that like they getting their ass kicked on that battle because like if you can't even like it's a guy that none of us know the language and you can't put together a lineup of people that like are just halfway decent. Like it kind of shows that it's not a lot of people rocking on that side. Like because it's not a lot of like artists. I imagine they probably asked a lot of people to do it and you got turned down and that's how you end up with Kid Rock. I'm sure he's not the first choice. You don't
And
go
I'm
to
sure they was throwing a bag too.
No, they had a whole
Who
lot of
you
people
think they
that
try to get Post Malone?
no, they had a lot of different
oh,
people that pulled out when the Epstein files
Jelly Roll. They
dropped
could have got Jelly Roll.
and nah,
Who?
ain't get
Wait, you
Jelly
said
Roll,
people
but
dropped because of the Epstein files?
the Epstein files and because of the
Just
Kid Rock
everything.
lyrics that had went viral with him talking about the underage girls and stuff. So it was a couple other bands who was supposed to do that
Oh, they
that little
dropped off
alternative
after.
concert
Yeah,
that
but
pulled
I
out.
think
Yeah.
Kid Rock was still supposed to be the headliner though, right?
I don't know, cause then he came
Um,
out with a video today, like, oh my performance was pre-recorded, and blah blah blah, that wasn't live, which looked like he
okay.
was telling the truth, cause he had a short haircut in this video today. In the performance, he had the long hair and shit. Unless he wearing wigs on stage, but and then they talking about Candace Owens came out saying that they lied about their numbers and 5 million people didn't really watch it. So it's
Oh,
like
Candace,
all of it's
Candace
it's
a
all
demon
it's
right now. And I ain't gonna
yeah
lie.
it's
Even
all content right now for everybody on every side. It's like
even
how
Nick
can
was
we get
talking
our
about how
content?
hard it was to find it. Like, cause it was only on like Rumble or something. Cause like it got kicked off of X, so you'd have to like get this app that nobody really used to even like
Mm-hmm.
watch the
And
shit.
then
That
Trump
this
talked for months about how he ain't even go watch the Super Bowl, and that nigga the first one to drop an essay about how he ain't like to perform. I'm like, I thought you weren't watching the shit.
That's all he
So
gonna
they
do
they
every
lo-
time.
they love the shit that they hate the shit that they love. Like they can't not be a part of stuff, like be a part of the conversation. They couldn't just ignore the shit for 15 minutes. Like they
you had to
love it.
go get. another pedophile to represent
Yeah,
what you talking
that
about.
was
Like that's the
wild.
craziest person that in this time, like when you got those allegations going on, you gonna get this guy that got those lyrics to sing. That's just yeah,
I
like
didn't even
what
know
the
he
fuck are we
had
doing?
lyrics go viral.
Like
Yeah,
what the
he
fuck are
got
we doing?
lyrics talking about how he
This
prefer
motherfucker is a
underage girls.
demon.
What the fuck are
No,
we doing?
it's just been out for years. Nobody said nothing. And now he under that microscope, and they pulling this shit out.
But you gotta kick him
Man,
off after that though. Like you can't still let him go up there and do this shit with those lyrics. Like you gotta like be like, bro, look, it's just bad timing. It's just the optics. Like if you like, it's just crazy to me that you would put that guy up there when you fight those allegations.
Man, they can justify. They can justify anything when they wanted to when it's on them. Like, oh, he changed. He a Christian man now.
Mm,
They give each other all the grace.
mm. That is true. I just wanted to show really quickly that that Candace little role with. I ain't gonna lie, it is hilarious to see her flip sides because they was so pushing Candace and Candace still be doing crazy numbers, but like she's
Mhm.
turned that like black woman sink your teeth in and never let go on the Republicans and Turning Point, and that shit has been hilarious. And yeah,
Yeah, she
good.
better be careful.
Hmm? But
She
she
been
got
going
she got some
hard
kind
lately.
of European white man, so I think that might protect her.
right.
Mm,
She working for
we'll see.
somebody.
All I know, she be getting off on Turning Point and
Yeah, she
them.
been going crazy lately. I'm like, she need to have some security for real. I hope she got security because and she definitely was fucking Charlie. Like
Cause
that
she ain't
was
let
definitely.
up the
Y'all saw
off
the
the wife
clip.
yet.
Y'all saw the clip, the leaked audio of the wife talking to the staff that she leaked. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she was just sounded very like cold, for lack of better words, business as
Mm-hmm.
usual.
Oh
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I
she.
Yep.
heard that.
The
But
Candace a wild one. All right. So
Yeah.
saying all that to say, before we get to the main topic, we do have one more thing that did happen this week. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Johnny did attempt to make it out there. He didn't quite. I'll let him give his POV of it. But the fall off happened. J. Cole pulled up to the city.
Charlotte, no. We're going to South Carolina next. Columbia? I'm thinking about going to Greenville. Oh, Greenville? Yeah. My best friend is in Greenville. That's my
Girl, I don't
right.
like to hear
No.
All right. So
So each
I'll leave
artist
y'all
from the Big
this.
Three has put out a double
Oh
disc
yeah.
album. Drake with Scorpion, Kendrick Lamar missing around the Big Steppers, and J. Cole most recently with The Fall Off. Out of these three double albums, which one is the best to you and why? Let's talk about it in the comments. Peace.
All right, let's talk about it, fellas.
Oh, I think the J
I
Cole
mean,
the
I
best. I
ain't
mean,
even
it
a
might be
Drake
recency
fan,
bias.
but
Might be recency
Scorpion shit.
bias, but I didn't really like from those artists. Those are not one of my favorite projects from him.
Mm,
And I like this J. Cole project, so I think he did the best attempt at the double disc. It's a hard to get off a double disc because it's a lot of music, and it's easy to kind of miss the mark. But I think he made the best attempt at it.
hmm.
Yeah, I mean, niggas know I hate Drake, but Scorpion out of those three, I would still take. Um, and
Scorpion
I
is a
still think Nicole gotta grow on me more. Um, I ain't been able to fully ingest it like I like to. So, but I don't know if it's been hard to not been hard to listen to, but I get distracted easily when I'm listening to it. It
Hmm.
ain't like really captivating me. Like I'll be having to kind of rewind or go back, like
Hmm.
what he talking about. So, like I say, I love Cole, but I don't know. I feel like sonically or something is just like it's just missing. But
Hmm.
I think he might have did some fan service. I feel like with this project on some kind of like some old school Cole. Like I'm really trying to do nothing real new or innovative with this. I'm just giving y'all what y'all know and love from me. If it's really his last album, like he's saying it is, but I don't know. I still gotta listen more, so I don't want to trash it. It's definitely not trash, but I don't want to go into it. I feel like I need another week on this shit. I feel like people be consuming music too fast these days. I'm like, damn, like I need another week in the gym with this before I really go
I
in.
feel it. I did have certain records sounded and felt different the second time. I ain't made it to a third listen, but it was like that with the Wally album too for me also.
But I think
G,
it's just with music in general. I feel like it's lost a lot of value because it's so easily accessible now. Like we don't really stick to stuff no more. Like we used to talk about albums for weeks and shit, and this stuff come and go, and people dropping good stuff, man. It's just like
house quality. I
it's
think for
it's
Jaded
so
is
much.
like
It's so much, but it's so easy to get. I feel like you value stuff more when it was a little. You had to get up and go get your CD, or you might have paid $10 on iTunes. Like I just feel like it's so accessible with streaming that we listen and it's in and out. Like, all right, what's next? What's next? So I don't know. It's just something I've been noticing about the culture where it's just like people just giving reviews an hour after shit drop and not
mm-hmm,
really consuming these projects that these artists take months and sometimes years to make. Like
mm-hmm.
we take it in a week. And I just feel like, damn, I feel like sometimes the culture be dying as far as like the real love of music. Like I see people talking about like, do people really love music no more, or it's just shit? Like
I think
the real love is just gone for real. I feel like
That's something that Cole talked about on the fall off. Low key was just not having that same love no more, and like I feel
What was
like
it? I still love her. I think that's the record. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I feel like of those three double discs, Kendrick had the worst one of the three. I'll say that.
I'm rolling.
I
Shout
Mr.
out to
Mid,
Real. Real gonna hate this.
I,
We
I,
gonna have to talk about it for an hour on Sunday.
Mr. Mid in the
yeah,
building.
I think that was the worst double disc of the three. It's tough to really compare Drake's Scorpion though to this project because Drake's Scorpion had some huge just like songs
It's
that are a
important.
part of his catalog. Because I think God's Plan was on there, and I think that Nice for What record was on there, and those are some of his just. If you're at a Drake concert, you're gonna want to hear those joints live. So
In the intro, what was the intro? The little
The intro was
the
fire.
switch.
yeah, he had a few joints on there. Like it was a solid
Matter of
Drake
fact, that
project.
Scorpion was kind of
Scorpion was actually like a pretty. It was probably the
good.
last one where it was like Drake was on the Drake shit that folks like were enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't mad at
I'm gonna
Scorpion
run down some
overall.
of them. So yeah, Survival. But Nonstop was the little TikTok hit.
Yeah.
Elevate, Emotionless, God's Plan. I'm upset. That was a miss. Mob Ties.
I'm upset.
Can't take
I
a
forgot
joke.
God's
I
Plan
don't
was
know
on
what that
there.
is. Talk. Damn, I forgot he had a record with Jay-Z called Talk Up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there more? Peak, Summer Games, Jaded, Nice for What? That's a big one.
Jaded's a good one.
Jaded was one.
That's actually,
I mean, yeah, he has some records on there, but but
Ratchet Happy Birthday.
that's what
That's
makes
how you
Cole
like that
music
movie.
so difficult to compare sometimes because his production will be often minimalized, and when you sonically like go track for track, it's just not even gonna be like the same sort of thing. So I will say with Cole's, I got my third listen today, and I think my opinion on it in terms of I prefer this one over this two. It's still the same. And I think it's where I might give Scorpion the edge is that it was a more diverse listen, whereas I feel like the range in which I'm hearing from Cole, like just like when Cole gets into that melodic, I'm trying to talk to the ladies bag. I just don't think he does that as well as Drake personally. So
not at all.
it's just
I can
and I
agree with
think he
that.
had a few too many of those on the album, in my opinion.
I can agree with that as well.
Hey, hold on. Hey, speaking of the Jaded record, I think like what A Black was saying, I think a lot of time what happened to us with music is like expectations versus reality, and I think with the way we consume the culture is we care more about like these rappers' personal lives and like what they did way more so than the music, and we can let like certain like that affect how we consume the music. If you got like a preconceived notion about a person when they come into the music, it's hard to like
Yeah, though
change that
I don't.
perception of it going
But
into it. If you already like predisposition not to like something, you're not gonna like it. You
maybe
don't like what
I
he
don't know that
did.
to be cold inside this specific one only because I don't think that he spent the majority of this record doing the things that people didn't want him to do. Which is like I'm the best rapper. I'll kill it. Like he didn't do his feature run way of rapping on this, where he did more storytelling, introspection, XYZ. And yeah, to me, I think that on second listen, I ain't really went all the way through on a third listen yet, but on second listen, so again, I still like my personal thought is that the standout records that I like the most are on the second record, which is like the Marvin Sapp sample.
Yeah, that's one
I
of the
even like
ones.
the Life
And the
Sentence
one
jump.
that came right before that.
I think that's Life Sentence. Talking about with the
No,
DMX
not Life
stuff.
Sentence. The one with Burner Boy. That's the one.
Only you.
I
Yeah,
don't like the
I don't
Life
think Kenny
Sentence
like.
joint. I like the
I
joint
like the
with
Life
Burner
Sentence
Boy.
joint.
I like
I
the
like
Life
the
Sentence
Burner
jump
Boy
too.
record.
Life
I don't really
Sentence.
like the Life
But
Sentence.
to me, I really like the I Still Love Her too. The flip on the Common record, I like that one a lot too. And these are the ones that
Right.
for me really kind of like really sit. And the first album, I mean the first disc is a little bit more closer to commercial heavy 808. I'm kind of giving talking at you instead of like giving introspection. And so I can see how a lot more of those records, and then he's doing a lot more like popular flips, like the Webby flip and shit like that. That I can see how people will love that a lot more.
I think
That's my take.
Yeah,
yeah.
And the
To
2-6 visual was very
I ain't
simple
seen
but
that yet.
fire as well.
I
I
ain't
have to
watched that
say.
shit yet.
I
I
ain't
The
ain't
seen
watched
that
that.
2-6
yet.
visual was on point. Like I like just the fact that as a nigga born and raised in North Carolina, for me, that's first disc. I could like I can as a so I'm living in the city I grew up in, right? And I could really relate to the sentiment of it don't necessarily feel the same as what you sort of grew to and like have that memory of. It's a different thing now. And the way he just kind of highlighted that, granted it's Fayetteville, but that's
Oh,
a
is
very
that what the video? Is that what the video was?
that 2-6 video is very just Fayetteville. Like you just it looks
Okay.
very simple North Carolina shit you see off of side roads. Like it's just very much like North Carolina. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no fancy stuff. It's like niggas that actually grew up without much like will understand that video if you grew up in North Carolina is the way I would put it. And the way he's kind of like, I respect the way he like, because if you're not from North Carolina, you might think Fayetteville is something, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like Fayetteville is like niggas from North Carolina, like prior to cold, like that was not a thing. Like, Vietnam, but like he really put this town as like arguably like a flagship. Like how many people in the world know Fayetteville because of J. Cole before they might know the state capital? You know what I'm saying? So it's just I respect what he did from that point of view, and he really kept true to his city. I respect, but for listeners, I don't want to question his authenticity, but I do just wonder, like from an artist perspective, like I would like to have that conversation if he was on here just to speak about like the fact that how you project something so minimal, but in reality you live a very luxurious life and indulge in luxurious things.
But I would imagine that would still
it's a brand.
like, if you're
it's a brand.
If you're rich,
that's a good
you
way to
probably
put it,
would
but
you would prefer to live not inside like squalor. But what I would also say is that with Cole, the one thing that I have heard, or I guess the other like the artists from his label have said, is I guess Dreamville sold at some point over the past year.
And he broke everybody.
And like he actually did the thing that aligns with what he speaks about and his values, XYZ, where he gave these guys a immense payout. He pretty like I think JID said if I ain't that if I don't have to rap again if I don't want to, based off of what I was able to receive from the whole little Dreamville selling and shit like that.
I'm familiar.
In which this is also something that nobody else has done, and typically people would say would do.
That's true.
Whether we say like
that's noble. Like,
but to me, I think that actually aligns with all of the branding that goes with it, where it's not specifically about money or exploitation or XYZ. But I also think that it's rational to believe that if you like 500 million up, you probably ain't gonna live in squalor.
Yeah, it's like because like he said, you know, my mama, the car is German. Like it's just like it's this kind of balance of like just like, you know, on one song he says, I only want you to chime in if you real, and real don't mean you got a car, or real don't mean this. But then other rhymes, he's in that bag like, well, shit, my mama got the foreign and all these things.
Sometimes you gotta drag a little bit.
G. I mean, you could have a 5 series, not the 7 series, though.
I just, I would like to just have that conversation and hear his opinion on how he balances that. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. And like, yo, I think it's admirable for him to, you know, break his artists off a Dreamville. But when you really think about it, who is Rihanna? I mean, JID nice, but what have he got to really gain from keeping any of them chained down? Because it's not like none of them really took off. You know, you got Bass.
Well, I think it's the cash out for selling the whole record.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I'm like, he could have kept it and dealt with litigation and stuff later on and all of that. But it's like, break y'all off now, because it's like, what I got to lose? Like, nobody's really. I feel like if they was all really turning up as a real unit, he's gonna hold on to that more. But I feel like it's also can become a liability if you know you are pouring into these artists like years after years. Yeah, it's like I'm divesting.
Investors like stocks; it could go up or down.
My liabilities at the end of the day, I'm gonna pay y'all out, and I'm gonna win more in the end because now I don't have to finance y'all's careers no more, which essentially what he does and what he did. So yeah, and JID is probably exaggerating the whole "I never have to work again" type shit. Like, he got a nice setup in it, but yeah, he ain't getting no like 100 mil. That's like never got to work again type.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I forget, but I think it was inside the 10s or something. Which again,
yeah, I mean that's nice.
I think
you can never have to work again with that.
That's some shit that you haven't seen Jay-Z, Diddy, or Ye do with us.
But that's what I'm saying. Jay had a Ye, you know, like, and
I'm just saying,
you ain't letting Ye go.
Diddy didn't really have nobody outside of Biggie.
I'm just saying, like, they didn't give up the 10 million, even when they could.
Because
like Jay said he ain't giving his uncle $2,000 or some shit like that. He said. I remember they just said that recently. He was like,
"Yeah, I saw that
nigga $3,000 no more."
Said for what?
Jay
said he not give his uncle $2,000. He said that. I missed that one. I missed that one. That's hilarious.
I say, damn, Jay.
Did y'all see when they cut that nigga out on the street? The paparazzi, bro, looked shook.
Oh no, he looked like he hates regular people, bro. Like he was disgusted.
He looked crazy, bro. He was
like, where's the car? Like, why y'all talking to me?
He's like, shake my hand.
Yeah, like he was hella awkward. He was like,
man, I think at this point he just be fucking with people, man. Like, but to be fair, even old school, like Jay-Z from back in, like, you know, let's say pre-Black Album Jay-Z.
He was the leader.
Had a reputation of like mushing bitches, like, get up out my face, like, why are you talking to me, nigga? Go focus on the hoes. Like, you've heard count. So that's not like Jay-Z has always kind of been like a like yeah, I am better than you type. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it kind of started with the Black Album. When he's like buttoning up, so he started talking about his clothes and like he definitely went on that Black Elite kind of lane. Like even amongst like the rappers, he was like, "I'm better than these rappers, nigga. I'm a businessman."
But even before that, he was
man.
better because he had his own Rockaware, had his own liquor, had his own. I mean, this nigga, it was
well, yeah,
drinking
Jay Z is
Cristal.
I'm a
He's
better
like,
than you rapper. That's
yeah,
kind of like what all his
that's
raps
his
was.
thing. Yep.
Better than y'all.
And
Call
just
that
to
nigga an
backtrack,
elitist.
I did look at the Mr. Morale track list again, and I ain't ready to put that Cole over it just yet, man. I think niggas
What
forgot
did you see
what
on there?
Kendrick did on it.
Yeah, right.
Nigga, come on.
Kendrick got like maybe 3 songs that I go back to on
I
there.
was hoping you would ask. Like,
I only really 2 or
Here we
3
go.
songs on there, man.
Here we go.
First off,
Let's listen.
The
we
joint
got
with
Rich Spirit.
that's the only joint.
But this right here ain't nothing on there Cole fucking with. You got the Kodak Black.
Marvin said kicking that.
Nah,
The joint with
I give you about 3.
Kodak Black.
Did he give you 2
Marvin Sapp.
You
Got Mirror, Mother. I'm sober. Like
None of
is
these.
Rich Spirit the one with Kodak or no?
No, that's
Code Free Spirit. I didn't even get to that. Silent Hill.
No, the Kodak one, the Kodak song and the Rich Spirit. Those are the 2 songs.
Yeah,
Silent Hill. Yeah, Silent
Bus
Hill.
Road Blues
and,
is bumping too, but yeah, like.
Oh yeah, Bunch Hoes Root. Yeah.
But yeah,
I like Quick Trip. Quick Trip, one of my favorites too.
See, I don't like when Cole started was like,
I like Run a Train.
He was all on that preacher shit, and you just gotta make a difference. I didn't like that track, whatever that track was. Like I didn't like that shit.
Quick Trip.
Yeah,
I think I had
that nigga started getting mad passionate. I was like, what nigga? Like, nah,
listen,
it was a little too much for me.
I'm gonna say this earlier. Can't nobody be the GOAT with a white mama either, man. I don't want to hear.
Yes, he had a couple. He had a couple questionable white. I'm proud to be white bars too. He did.
He had some a lot of shit.
He did not do FBA proud on some of those bars.
I'm saying Harry Potter was one of the greatest wizards ever.
And while I respect
Muggle,
yeah,
nigga, he a wizard. We talking about
you keep using that word, Johnny.
That's a half wizard, half regular person.
Nah, he's a wizard though. He wasn't rapping.
They were slow to go play, bro. You to go, they didn't.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling this. I'm not really feeling this.
Dog, I don't even know what to say to make a dollar bill right now. I'm not here throwing bouquets, slinging flowers, but I play your arms and know it's a way. I played your shit when bro got hit, it helped me cope with the pain. I played your shit when mama
with me the way this nigga is in the chair, bro.
I swear
it don't
I feel
hit
like
the
you
same.
was with me in my loneliest phase. The love he showed me was so stronger than.
G wasn't rolling with it though.
Nah,
that's one of my favorites. That might be like
that wouldn't get a play
number
back.
3.
Nah, and then the way it ended, talking about is the difference you make. The difference you make. I'm like, nigga, nah, man, I don't want to hear none of that shit, nigga. And then he went into did that transition into that damn Biggie track?
I don't know. I didn't like the Biggie track
because that shit was ass. That was really disappointing.
I didn't really like the Biggie track. So yeah,
very
I'll
disappointing song. Yeah,
but I love that record right there.
Rather listen to Brorilla.
I am unaware of what that is, but I think that a good way for us to segue into the topic and using both things that we're talking about. I don't know what 19 Keys said, but I thought that this was interesting.
It's like I threw that in there.
The fall off of America.
Go make him some money.
Has America fallen off? I think that this lends us to go into our actual topic for today. We can start it off with this meme and then we can branch it to bigger and better conversations. But I'm gonna push play.
The popular relationship financial question that I see on social media right now is: would you rather have a $250K household income with both parents working, mom and dad, or would you rather have a $150,000 household income with dad working and mom being a stay-at-home mom? First things first, my first take on this is going to be: it all depends on what mom wants to do. Now, I experienced both sides of this. I have had a wife who worked at first and then was a stay-at-home mom for 2, 3, 4 years. 4 years, actually. I think it was a little bit more than 3.5 years. She did not like it. My wife did not like it, especially once our youngest child went back to school. She was very bored. She's not a person who likes to be, I wouldn't say she doesn't like to be taken care of. She's a woman. She definitely loves to be taken care of, but she doesn't like to feel like she has to ask me for money or has to spend my money, even though we're married, even though my money is her money is my money. She doesn't like the feeling of feeling like she's not contributing something to the household financially. And she loves to have her own money. Like, even though do whatever she wants, from me being the sole income source in the household, she don't like how that feels. She would rather have her own bank account, me have my own bank account. I'm gonna do what I want over here. You do what you want over there. If we decide to have an account together, that's fine. You want to pay the bills, not pay the bill, whatever. All I know is at the end of the day, my wife like having her own bank account and having her own money and being able to do whatever she wants with it. And I respect that totally. So it all depends on what mom wants to do. Me personally, I would rather have the 250K, especially in 2026, this economy. We'll figure it out, because I don't mind being a worker and I come home and I cook and I clean and I do the dishes and I fold laundry and I take care of kids and put them on a bus and be home, get them off the bus and help with homework. Like, I'm that type of dad. I'm not a dad who's just going to work 10, 12-hour shifts and come home and watch football. That's not my vibe. That's never been my vibe. I am a very active dad. So like, I don't mind working and doing the household domesticated chores and tasks to move the house forward. So me personally, I would rather the higher income, because we got debts we want to pay off. We got a house we want to build. We got cars we want to upgrade. We got college funds that we want to fund for the children, our own retirement. We need more money. But if she actually wanted to stay home, then I would be open to it. So the new popular relationship financial question that I see.
All right, fellas, thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have, go ahead. I would say if you would asked me 5 years ago. Oh, we got. It must be a delay. I go. I got you. I was gonna say, man, if you would have asked me like 5 years ago, I would have been like, give me the 250K household. I think, being married for a short time and kind of getting a taste of, I think both. I see the benefit of, your wife cooking, cleaning, managing household stuff, doing a lot of things, taking a lot of other stuff off of your plate. And, that piece to me, I feel like that it provides is more valuable. And like, I can pay all the bills. I mean, as long as I feel like it's not an issue and I can't pay all the bills, then you can work. But at the end of the day, it's like what the woman wants. Like, so right now I bought the house, I can pay all the bills, no problem. I can give her a little money to do whatever she want. But she want to work. She's like, I went to school, I got a master's degree. Like, I don't want to sit in the house all day. She want to work hard, but she don't want to like just be sitting around. I don't got no kids yet. So I think you got to do what works for you. And, you can have 150K and have more spending power than somebody with 250K because they got, more expenses or more bills or bad financial education. So it's really about people and their lifestyle, how they spend, what they need, what they do with the money, are they investing and stuff? Because you can have a 250K household and your wife got a work husband or a nigga that's been flirting with her every other week, and she might hold it down. But, you create opportunity. The more your wife gotta work, especially if she working in a struggling environment.
Hey, but hold on.
Going for it now. Ain't Black going for it.
Hold on, hey Black.
I know a thing got the post office right now. I'm like, damn, nigga still got you in the post office. And you looking like this.
What I'd say is because I've recently did both as well. I think that he hits it nail on the head. Where it depends on what your wife wants. Where like my wife was gainfully employed before I met her. When we had my daughter, she pretty much chilling for about like a year and a half, too. And now she's back working, and like I've heard her, and like I don't think we specifically we've been inside like the conversations of like if she oh, matter of fact, she was telling me about a conversation she had with her homegirl. I think that's what it was. But like right now, she prefers to work. She makes really, really good money. And she likes having extra money to do what she want to do with it. And like that ends up being like the on and off of some women where it was a time that she wanted to see what the stay-at-home mom thing was. And she got the experience of it. And she was like, I actually want to work and make some really good money and then do a bunch of like dumb shit with my money. What she don't really be doing dumb shit, but she also will be doing
Yeah.
shit that I wouldn't be paying for.
Yeah. Go crazy, baby. Nah, I feel you.
That ain't
Look,
staying on mom
every
activities.
guy, like, if you know, you know, like, it's certain things you be like, I think that we gonna be all right without doing that. But when she just doing it and it ain't hurting nothing, you don't care nothing about it, and you like, hey, don't do it. And I know with us, it
Fuck
works
it, we ball.
peacefully with us, you know what I mean, kind of both working. And then honestly, right now, going inside the like the entrepreneurship, like it works amazingly because like we have a bit of like in the household a fallback plan because you know there's ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. And so yeah, like that'd be my spiel for it.
Yeah.
And to me,
And
I'd
I've
say
been in
this.
that. Okay, I'm
I'd
sorry.
say this. I think it's like I prefer a woman that likes to, that likes to work. But I think like what A Black was saying, if it's like a situation where it's like a you got to like, that's a lot different than when like you could hold it down and then your woman just likes to work. That's the best situation possible because I like people that got like stuff going on. I like an ambitious woman. I like a woman that like wants to like do something and achieve something. To me, that's attractive. And like I think those are the women like where you don't got to worry about the work husband stuff because like yeah that could happen but like when you got a woman that like is just a go getter and she wants to do it like a lot of those women would be like miserable at home and it's like you make them like if you made them stay at home
Yeah.
they'd feel
Well,
like
my only thing
they
about like the work husband, work wife thing is that if you hiding your woman in the house, like the milkman gonna get it, or
Somebody,
what
somebody,
somebody gonna grab her.
somebody.
If
Nah.
she's the type of woman that they like said,
Nah,
nah,
Q. You know in Islam you can't even
like them niggas
in
smooth at the
Islam you can't
job.
even have another man in the house.
If
She gonna be at the
she
gym. She gonna have a gym husband.
like
She gonna
I'm
have
about to say,
something.
Nah,
like she gonna find a
she at
way
the
to get
women's gym,
outside.
baby.
If she
Now,
She
hey,
at the
like, I
women's
feel you
gym.
know. Hey, look, hey, my wife be going to the same shit. I be like, you know, that's a good facility. That's a
he
good
said,
facility to work out
Okay,
in.
she
he
going
said
looking
co-ed
good. I'm like,
nothing,
yo, you better
nothing
wrap that
co-ed
jacket
in this
around your
house.
waist.
Hey, but
Who is
she
that
say she
Uber
prefer.
driver?
She
That
say
Uber
she
driver
prefer
better be
women
a
only.
woman.
She say she
You gotta hit
prefer
that
women
girl
only.
only at
Pause.
option.
Yeah, everything.
Nah, I had to
DoorDash
introduce
better
my
be a
wife to that when
woman.
she came to the U.S. So
What the girl only
I was like,
option?
yo,
Oh, hey,
yeah, I was
Black. So
like, yo, you need,
you had to show you brought it to her.
yeah, because they don't have that option over there with their Uber.
Oh,
So
so you was
we
just
got the.
being informative. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
Nah,
just
I'm
showing
being
her the
safe because
differences.
yo, girl, I told like, babe, I was like fine women don't do certain shit. So I'm like, most of the time you don't see no fine ass girl, in Walmart or in the Uber. So certain precautions you gotta take here. So we got this women only option here for a reason because niggas be creeps. So
The
it's
sixes and
so
the
she was
lows.
taking it and then one day she was like, oh, the women option's taking too long. I'm like, I'm on the way. I'm like, I got you. Because it's just like I know
Wait.
A-Black
You
if I
is
said
not
women
playing
option.
no
Oh, wait. I
games.
missed that. I missed that. You're saying women only Uber.
yeah.
I ain't
His,
know
the
about
woman,
Yeah,
that. I
that's the
was talking
thing.
yeah, his
about
woman
gym
can't
membership.
she can't be
Gym
drove
Oh yeah,
membership.
around.
yeah. So they got it's not
Niggas, why? I
it's
ain't
Hold
know
up,
it's
this
hold
was
up,
good.
hold up.
new
So
No,
let me get
they
shit.
it
got
straight.
some.
You can say when you request an Uber, you can
Yeah,
request the sex
I
of
think
your
you got to be a
driver.
woman. I think you got
Yeah,
to be a woman though.
you gotta be a woman, but you can request a woman driver only. Yeah,
I ain't know
But a
this
man
either.
can't request a woman.
no,
That's
that
got to
Let
be
me,
against
but
the
A
law.
Black, but A Black,
nah.
just
They
ask.
started that because niggas was getting harassed and raped and stuff.
But A
Damn,
Black, just
It's
asking
our
this,
fault.
just so we have like an
not
understanding.
mine.
Can your woman, your wife, my bad, can your wife take an Uber with the man driver?
I mean, if it's absolutely necessary, but I told her the option is there. That's always first option. Now, if you
But she
click it
better
and that
use
shit
it. I
say
got you.
17-minute wait, then like, all right. It's just like
Patience.
when is it? If it's daytime, cool. If it's
Okay.
midnight, it's like you gotta kind of weigh it out. 'Cause I know if I'm driving Uber and I saw my wife getting in the back, nigga, I'm shooting my shot. Like, yo, what you
Mm.
doing tonight? Where you going? Like, we
But
niggas
see,
and
I
can't
think
help
that
it.
I might have only rolled an Uber like once or twice, and that been like when we went to some kind of like big party downtown.
CIAA.
I just don't even. Yeah. Matter of fact, no, I think it was the when All Star was here.
That was All Star. Yeah, Meek Mill concert.
Yeah. I'm so like
I'm a
not
Uber
a part of
face.
like the Uber culture at all. So I don't even be known.
Nah, I Ubered hard in my days.
Yeah,
I pulled the girl. I pulled the Uber girl before.
That's why he
You know,
That's where this comes from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he projecting. I get it. We all do it.
nah,
We
nah,
all do
nah.
it.
I'm just saying the possibilities. One of the ways of protecting your wife is limiting the opportunities of possibility. So it's like, if I know it's 2 ways to walk somewhere, and that way it's 20 niggas waiting, and that way it's empty, I'm gonna go show you the empty way. It's out of protect. Cause I know if you walk through a crowd of 20 niggas, what the niggas gonna do? Your fine ass wife
What
walk
they gonna
through a
do?
bunch
They
of
a pack of wolves, Black? So you just trying to say men have no self control? So Black, hold
No,
on, let me
they
get this
don't.
straight. Let me get this straight, Black.
No.
Like you trying to say that that men
Nigga,
have
Black
no
goes
self
crazy.
control? They can't just see a pretty lady and just like, but Black. But what if
No.
so what if a nigga just says, "You look, how you doing? You look nice today." That offends you?
Yeah, nigga, we know she look nice.
So your woman is out on her own, and a nigga says, "How you doing? You look nice today." He's already crossed the line.
That nigga could possibly die. Like dead ass. Like dead ass.
He not lying, dude. This nigga like for real.
Like, is he gay? Like, is he an old man? It gotta be something.
He just a stranger. He don't know you. He don't know her.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Gotta teach your wife. Stranger danger. That's why you gotta get you a mean ass girl. I always like.
I believe in that, dude. I definitely believe in that.
You know, when you bag them, that's how they are in public. You know, so my girl, she got the rest
This is fair.
face. Like, I'm like, yeah, be like that. That's why I like you. Like yeah, you and I fully with niggas. Get the smile. I'm like, oh, it's smiling too much. Don't be smiling too much, because you can't. Niggas, you smile with a nigga, he think he in. You know,
that is true.
This is facts.
I've been a wolf, so I'm just teaching.
I do think that is good advice. You don't want like a easy to talk to woman.
Like you smiling for her.
It's always
yo, man. This nigga said, "What you smiling for?"
Can't be happy in public.
Hey, Black going like this. He got it going like this.
What you smiling for?
Is that joy on your face?
Oh my god!
No, your smile is
that is hilarious, bro.
Smiling in niggas' faces.
Yo, that is hilarious. So,
but yeah, ain't nothing wrong with having a woman that has a little resting, B face.
Yeah, be
mean. Ain't nothing wrong at all.
I'm mean too. Shit.
So this question though, I think is interesting. Also based off like how like stay-at-home mom suggests there's children. So are we talking 1 kid? Are we talking 2? And like, cause the like 1 kid staying at home is one thing. 2 kids, I think changes a lot. And then the age of the kids, like my thing is like my son 3 months at this age, if you can have stay home care, there's not a lot of extra curriculars that you need to really even pay for. They're gonna grow out of their clothes. You know, it's stuff around the house. You can go outside, take them to the park, shit like that. But then once they get to like, talking and actually running around, and now you can involve them in activities, swim lessons, this other type of lesson, expose them to different things. Now you need that paper to try and spin on some of these other things. So it's like, I feel like as kids get older, the idea, like once they're in school and you got field trips and they're in activities and dance or sports or whatever the thing is, like a lot of that shit.
You're looking at this way. I think you're looking at it like the complete opposite. I think that once you make it to, unless your kid going to private school, once you make it to school, you're actually good. The most expensive part of having a kid is prior to them making it to school.
That's if you have to pay for daycare.
Well, but that then is like but when you have to pay for daycare,
private school or public school?
Yeah. If you go private, then I mean, that's a different conversation. But if you're taking your kid to public school, that daycare bill in itself, like say for example, if right now at 3 months old,
It's like
these are
it'd
old
be like
rates.
$2,000 a month.
I'm about
Easy.
to say, I'm about to give you old rates, which would have put it at about 18. No, like 2,400. I think that if your kids like between 3 and 6 months, that shit's like 600 a week to look after them. And then what I mean, like it gets closer to like, and again, I'm just giving old rates. My mother used to run a daycare, but like these are old rates where like think about that. Most people might not even make what 2,500 a week. I mean, not a week, but a month. In which this amount of your shit is really going to just childcare. That is the biggest bill that most people. And then think of if you got 2 kids, that's 5,000.
But and I agree that
Shout
that's
out to the childcare vouchers.
I agree that
Yeah.
that's the most expensive. But my point is saying that if you're gonna take say 150K and a stay-at-home mom, that's very valuable when you don't have to pay for daycare. That's the.
Oh yeah. Well, I was understanding that point. When you started saying once you get to school and the field trip.
So what I'm saying is like so once they're no longer in the house, now being a stay-at-home mom doesn't have the same value. Is my point.
Well, I agree with that too.
So that's more what I'm saying is like now we need money because we act like now we can't get around the fact that they're in school and they're gonna be activities. We want, in theory, you want to expose them to different things. You want them to be able to participate and have a certain quality of experience, right? Like I know what it's like being a kid, be like, oh no, I can't go on that field trip, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case. Like you want to be able for them to participate in whatever it is. And don't fuck around, let them get on some kind of club team that travels. Like I got cousins who've been on these travel soccer teams, volleyball teams.
Oh no, listen, I get it. That shit ain't all I'm saying is none of that compares to childcare.
Yeah, I can agree on a per month basis for sure. But that's if once your kids are in school, staying at home mom, I think you can find a way to do something with your time to other than just stay at home is my point.
I'm just asking you, G. So your stay at home wife, hypothetically, once some kids get to kindergarten, she gotta take her ass to work or what?
See, the thing is, even before we get to kindergarten, we're gonna have a conversation about like how do you want this to look? How do you want this to look
during the day?
How you want this to look? Because because if you want to stay, that's cool. But expectations change, So it's like, look, what role do you want to play?
How does the expectations change? Help me understand.
Oh, let's be clear. If you are a stay-at-home parent, I wouldn't even say mom. I would say stay-at-home parent.
Okay.
If you're a stay-at-home parent and your kids are not like at home with you, now that's one thing. If your kids are at home with you, it is a very much you are on the clock. You don't always have time to do tasks and do all this other stuff. Like I get it, but your kids are in school from this amount of time, house should look like a house there.
G said he better be able to eat off that floor.
What you been doing all day?
Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Q, help me understand why I shouldn't. Help me understand why I shouldn't. Tell me why I shouldn't. I want to hear why I shouldn't, Q. Tell me why. I need to understand.
Oh, no, this is not my argument.
But I'm asking you why shouldn't I expect this? Now look,
why shouldn't you expect to have a house that
like we shouldn't be having to order out. We shouldn't be having to order. Or we shouldn't be having to order out.
He gonna come by checking for dust.
Packing the kids lunch. Like kids should have a quality lunch pack.
Yeah.
Breakfast
I don't
in the
like
morning.
Specifically disagree. Well, I don't know if that she got to like be scrubbing the floors.
No, I'm not saying that to the extreme, but we being honest, like.
But I understand the point, but that's also where I don't ascribe to like that want inside a woman because I think that maybe I might become too critical or some shit like that. And where if she's not inside the household, I'm not in the household. If the kids are out the house and these things, I don't know. It just seems like I
Would
would
you
much rather
expect to
go
come
in there
home
with.
and do any housework if you were working and all the kids were in school and she was at home, full time, stay at home mom while the kids are in school? Would you expect to come home and do any housework outside of maybe your own laundry? If like, would you?
Why would I be doing my own laundry?
I mean, me personally, I like the way I wash my clothes. That's just me. Like,
oh, G be doing his own laundry.
You gotta find a girl that got her fabric levels right.
I don't want to. I want to. It's some things I just rather handle myself. That's all that is. I'm like that. I'd rather handle some things myself.
I don't know. I wash clothes alright, but I've like most girls better.
Nigga, it's a machine, nigga. Like,
hey, listen, I know it's a machine, and I appreciate my wife. I love the way she washes.
Yeah, use the same detergent and everything. I'll be like, why?
Y'all niggas
be the same.
Yeah,
no,
y'all got it.
I think that you're the outlier in this one. Most guys is okay with somebody else washing their clothes.
I prefer to do my own. Yeah. I prefer. Because like, I mean, do y'all wife be stealing y'all clothes and shit?
Like a big T-shirt or something.
I'll be honest. I'm keeping inventory. I know where all my shit is.
Shit get missing. That's part of it, though. Shit get missing.
I know where all my shit is.
But wait,
I gotta go looking for it.
Shit get missing. That's part of it.
Hey, have you ever had a housekeeper come by and clean the kitchen and you can't find shit?
No, I have not.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit's annoying. Like every time our housekeeper comes here and clean the kitchen and shit, I be like, where the fuck is this? Where the fuck is the cat?
G sound like he from Rock Hill right now. He talking about housekeepers coming in. But
hey brother.
Hey man, hey, it's not a bad life.
Hey man, but to me, I'm not gonna apologize for that, bro. I'm not gonna apologize for that one at all.
Listen, I feel it.
Maria come through here and get it right.
But what I will say is,
shout out to Bitty Bad Buddy.
He got
Benito.
I'm gonna have that Bad Buddy play next time they come through.
Benito.
But what I was about to go to.
Man, housekeeper costs about $200. And they do the whole thing. That's the thing. The housekeepers will wash the clothes, but I'll be like, don't put my shit away. If you wash it,
that's what I was about to say.
Put all my shit in the corner. I'll put everything away. I need to find my shit when I need it.
So to me, I think that this is something that a good wife is able to do, especially when she's like washing your clothes and shit. Like as a guy, like I know me, I will just hang on to some shit that need to get thrown out.
Oh, for sure.
And then I will not even realize it's going until I see a picture of myself in it or some shit.
Nah.
But where's my shirt?
Yeah. But then you know what I mean? Like I actually kind of appreciate that. It'd be like some shirts that I don't need to be like they old shirts. The neck wrangle. It's all kind of. They gonna throw it out. They gonna
raggle.
It just depends
because I can still use it for another.
They gotta have the same level. They gotta know when it's done.
Like why I need that? Why I need that dingy shirt for when I'm doing dingy shit?
Listen,
they gotta understand some shit is just.
Wear, but you don't need like we need. 13
this is why inflation going through the roof. You throwing away.
You can't throw away my lucky shirt though. You can throw away my lucky shirt though.
We need 13 lucky shirts and a couple dingy ones for the just in case. We don't, and it's okay.
We do.
Same way, like listen, I will figure a way. I'm a wild holy sock bull. I think it's the way that I walk. My socks, like it will be it's always at the heel. For mine, it's the heel. I think it's something dealing with how I walk, right? And I will thug out the socks. I'm not gonna lie. I can buy them at any point in time, but I'm gonna just thug it out. But I think it's good to just have a woman wash her clothes and then she's gonna toss those out. Suddenly, I no longer have holy socks, and I know it's not because I ain't putting holes in. That's all I'm saying.
Q, you just go buy a pack of socks, my nigga. That is a very light lift. Like
I could.
But I throw away holy socks because like that's crazy. On the heel, They say you get a blister.
I can't justify somebody handling all my clothes just so I don't have holy socks. I can't.
But you got 13 lucky shirts, bro.
I got about 5, and I need them all.
You don't need them.
Every last one of them, nigga.
Need them all. I ain't cutting no grass either, but I need them just in case.
I don't know. It's something about it, King. It's something. I don't know. But listen, never mind. But go ahead. What else say? You should buy new socks and underwear every food.
Yeah. That's a bit ambitious. In theory, I think you got a point. I think you got a point. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna say it on camera. Not even gonna say that on camera. Next topic, Q. Let's go on to the next one.
All right. So, I think that accompanying this meme, there was also a chart. So, I guess we can get into this, and then we can start like going into the actual conversation. But this says prices changed January 2000 to and I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger. Well, I don't think that doesn't. But I think that it said 2000 to 2025, where most expensive you have hospital services. Then next is
I want to highlight. I want to highlight the overall inflation baseline is at 92. Was at 92.8. That
where's the baseline?
Yep.
Where's
that's
that line?
The baseline? Right here.
So what that's just saying.
Okay.
The overall baseline for inflation since January 2000 across all industries is like 92.8. But then when you break it down by industry is where you start to see certain industries have crazy spikes in inflation, and then some have actually decreased and become more affordable.
Oh yeah. So
that's why Luigi that chart had Luigi pissed off.
You said what?
Oh, because of the hospital services?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Hospital services is crazy. College tuition, crazy.
But like, we need hospitals though. Like, there's no reason.
Why the fuck do college textbooks cost almost 200% more? Like, why is college going up 200% in 5 years?
But I don't care about college. What about the hospital? Niggas still getting cancer. Niggas dying from it, and like.
But the reason why that go
up
is
because we're getting unhealthier at the same time. Like, we're getting unhealthier, like as Americans, diabetes.
But everything is up. He's giving you the answer though. The hospital thing is based off of insurance, and then the fact that we had like quote unquote, the Affordable Care Act and shit like that.
Insurance is driving up prices.
They could run it up.
Yeah, but insurance don't pay the difference.
Yeah,
but that's a manufactured because for profits though. It's not like the goods cost more.
I agree.
Right. You're not making a rebuttal to what we're saying.
I mean, I'm just like, this shit just crazy to me.
I think that the better way to frame it is that what me and G is saying, the hospital services, you have to understand in context the number, because of we're actually not paying directly all of that because of insurance. And insurance has started paying more of the gap inside like the years of 2000 to 2025. In comparison to college tuition being up 200%, you still taking all of that shit.
Yeah, that's all direct from you. Ain't no insurance for your education. Like you can't.
Fair point.
Now some people are getting scholarships and grants, but that's not the average experience, unfortunately.
In NIL. Yeah.
Oh yeah, NILs. Yep. But again,
that's a good one.
That's always been the case in terms of if you have a gift or a talent, that barrier to college will always be lifted, and they will find excuses, regardless of your academics, to bring you into this institution, even if you don't qualify.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but look at this. See, medical care services, hospital services.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the interesting thing is the average hourly wage. Look at the average hourly wage.
It's up there too.
people say wage like I think that's an interesting thing to point out, in that the average hourly wage has gone up 130% over the last 5 years, but yet everybody feels broke.
All right, so can we?
Hey, can I ask a question? One question real quick. Because there's a lot of like they got like the minimum wage minimums in a lot of states where like they've raised the minimum wage in a lot of states. Do you think that correlates with the cost of everything else going up? Because like they had certain states where they put the minimum wage at $15 and like they've raised it along across a lot of the country. Is that to blame for a lot of the rise in cost of stuff?
Nah, I don't think so. Because
Okay,
minimum wage workers, like, you got to think about where these jobs exist. Typically, it's not typically at the hospital, for example. Like maybe a janitor or something like that. But even then, like, you're a professional service person. Like, you probably not getting paid minimum wage if you are cleaning up at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just said that was an argument when they talked about these things. They said like if you increase the minimum wage, the price of stuff is going to go up, and we've seen where hours we're getting paid more per hour, but a lot of stuff is going up, not necessarily at the same rate, but it's kind of a correlation. And I don't know if it's correlation or causation.
I don't know, because there's also mad things that have gone down, I guess. So what has not risen at the overall rate of inflation? We do have new cars,
which I'm surprised to see.
We do have household furnishing and operations. Clothing is pretty much close to the same.
So I guess we could throw it away then.
Okay, well, cars have gone up. It's not as much as everything else.
Just 25% in comparison. Inflation in general and household income, it seems like it's two-surfed it to where it's going up, but it's not been impactful inside like the standard of living. Computer software, toys. Kids don't really. Well, there's not even toy stores like that.
Yeah, but the toy store is Target and Walmart,
and they have to be a dub. But TVs. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I bought a TV back in 2020. Well, I think all the TVs at the crib I bought around like 2020. And then more recently, I've had to like buy like a TV or two for like the venue and shit. And like they giving away TVs for like 55, 60 inches for $200 now.
Yeah.
That shit seemed crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I knew when I seen the 85-inch in the hood, it was crazy. I got a cousin. He nigga had an 85-inch in the hood. I was like,
no big back. It wasn't even a big back on it.
Bro, it was like mounted. I'm like, oh shit, like these shit's going for the low ski.
Yeah, no, I got the 80. I do got the 80-inch. I do got the 80-inch.
Super pause.
Hey, see, but y'all niggas be annoying me. I don't think that is a reason.
But that's technology. That's technology, though, man. And I remember, like you was saying with the TVs, like my first big screen, I think it cost maybe like $1,200, and I remember having to get payments on that shit. This is like years ago. Now the same size be like $200, $250, $150 on sale sometimes.
Right.
They got the 85 inches and shit. So, but once you build something, somebody go break it down, see how you did it, and build a cheaper version. So, that's the longer we have stuff always gets cheaper because people are gonna find a way to build their version of it, sell it for cheaper, and now it's mass produced, so they can sell it for $200 now. Now they gotta get them off. We didn't
one thing I do see. I'm gonna say one thing I do see that like goods have gone down in price, but services have gone up. People are just charging more to do the same thing they've always done.
Oh, if they had barbershop on this motherfucker,
Crazy.
They
Oh, that's
just
the
went
worst
up on
one.
me again.
Yo, if they had barbershop on
tape
this chart,
lines ain't got that much better. I know niggas that
dog,
got
if they
they shit
had
pushed
barbershop
up.
on here, what it costs
Nigga
for
paying
just a
40, 50,
line or
get this shit
just to
pushed
get
back.
the beard right for what it used to be back in the day or just a couple years ago, it's like barbers are definitely having to charge more, but
them niggas put hot water on a towel and charge you $60.
Hey, listen,
I'm about to
I
buy
ain't
some
gonna lie.
clippers for real. Like, cause it's getting. I don't even. I got locks and my shit $40 now.
And the thing is, they could squeeze like two of them in, pause, inside like an hour, 2 to 3, and like they
Them
sound
niggas
crazy,
luxury now. Them niggas luxury.
but yeah, my son just now got his haircut. He had like the locks, so I was only paying for like the market rate for the shape up. But now, like he got the tape and I'm like, God damn.
Bro, it used to
Like,
oh
be
yeah, it's
$5
time. It's
to get a
time. You gotta throw
haircut.
some sauce on it.
oh listen,
Yeah.
I remember when the shape up was $5.
Man, I
Oh
ain't saying it gotta
yeah.
be 5, but damn, like 15, like
It
The
was
cut,
5
Then
the
in
it could have been
yeah,
college though.
five,
$50.
hey,
and,
5
and
for the
Busting
listen,
shape
out
up,
shit.
10 for the cut.
In
yeah,
college, that wasn't even that long ago. I mean, maybe
That was kind of
that was
long
well,
ago at this point,
we
Donnie. We
old
getting
enough.
And
out
if
there,
you had
dog.
money to get a bald fade, that's like
Getting out there.
$15. You know, if you really
Yeah,
got money
like
getting
Right.
the fade.
$20
Like,
got you like the most fire cutting it back
Right. He be
then.
like, man,
yeah,
this thing
nah,
gonna
give me the
take too
even
long, bro.
all
I'm gonna
around.
have to charge you 20. I be like, damn.
20. Shit.
Yeah,
20 what you
Man.
give, nigga. You let her keep a tip. You know, like, that's when you know a nigga had money. He gave the barber, oh, 20? Shit. You ain't want your change? Nah,
mm-hmm.
you good. Like, okay, we got money.
Hey, projectors down too. Used to be like $1,000 back in the day. Them shit's cheap as hell now.
Oh
Oh, cause
yeah.
niggas in China whipping the shit out. India, like the
The
technology,
projectors used to be fire,
ain't
but now
nothing.
everybody got them.
Yeah,
All right,
everybody got to
so
My
sell
bad.
that
I
shit.
didn't mean to say that. My bad.
but yeah, nonetheless, wages are up 131%. So why are we so broke? Um, if
Damn.
wages are up that much, why does everyone feel poor? Oh, let's talk.
Cause
Because
they
services
spending
cost more,
poorly.
and they
They got debt,
Mm-hmm.
spending. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you don't get to really enjoy the full extent of your income because of debt and bills and stuff. But if you able to get out of that and get that breathing room and pay off your bills and still have a surplus, then that's when you winning because then you can invest that. But the majority of people, especially in the U.S., like we making more money, but the bills are higher. So yeah, you can buy a cheap ass TV, but you also got higher light bill or a higher bill and Netflix going up and everything
that
creeping
shit.
up. $5, $2, $3, $5. Creeping up, and nothing's
Mm-hmm.
going down. The
Mm-hmm.
gas ain't really went back to $2 in a minute. It could, but they said why not? Shit, they paying it. Why would
They
we go
stole all
down?
that oil.
And people just keep paying it. They keep raising the prices.
I,
Building new apartments, throwing niggas in the
And
apartments.
the TVs that went
2500 a
down, but
month.
it costs more to watch it. Like the
yeah.
TV's
Yeah,
cheap,
you
but you
gotta
got to
you
pay
gotta
for
get all the
Netflix,
streaming
Amazon
services.
Prime, Peacock, Paramount. Like if you watch sports, it costs way more to watch sports
Yeah,
nowadays
sports will
than
get
it
you.
did
Yeah.
back in the day because you got to have like all these different things, and so the TV is cheaper. But over the long
Don't be
run, to
betting on
watch it
sports too.
and to watch like what you want to watch, it costs more because I gotta have like all. I used to could just have regular cable and cable with the internet, and I could watch everything. But now I gotta have the cable, or I get off cable. You get the internet, but you gotta get Netflix. You gotta get Peacock.
And
You
you
gotta
gotta
get
have it in your room
Amazon
too. You gotta
Prime,
have it in every room. I need it in the
ESPN Plus. You gotta get
kitchen,
the upgraded
in the
package to be able to
garage.
watch it on multiple uh TVs and shit. So it's just
Screen
like,
addiction.
but what they call that net neutrality back in the day. They told us this was gonna happen.
But also, like if you look at like if you would just consider like your basic needs of like housing, food and water, um, health, those are the most expensive things. Like, it's like even just to make ends meet, like just to take care of your basic needs, your housing, your food, like it's so the idea that your income's going up and you're going to be able to afford more of these things, unfortunately, is just not true. Is what we seeing is that just because you're getting more money doesn't mean you're getting more spending power. And this is where somebody like Steve was gonna drop the Bitcoin drop, because when you even though shit is definitely looking crazy short term, but if you understand cycles and how it go long term, like, you know, you're still gonna be better off having more spending power at the rate in which that's growing versus what this inflation is showing us, because the dollar is clearly going in one direction based off of this chart right here, I'll say. So people can speculate. It's interesting how, and we don't really share this like publicly, right? But it's like people will speculate about, oh, Bitcoin's crashing, oh, such is crashing. But what about your spending power over time and how that's crashing? Like,
well, people really. Well, I'm saying the 401k's been doing alright and stuff, but like,
but what it's going to be able to afford you 20 years from now, the spending power is going to be gone. So it's like, yeah, you thinking your magic number to retire is, let's just say, $1 million, and
now it's
10 years from now, that's not going to be that $1 million ain't going to get you the same thing. If things, especially imagine if this is what it's done in the last 5 years, if it continues at this pace for 10 years, then what is that $1 million really going to be, say, in terms of spending power at that point? Like, that $1 million is like, damn, I needed more than one. Like Steve said, I'm going to need 3. Like, that's the unfortunate part, is like there's only so many vehicles out there that's going to keep up with this type of rate of inflation.
Commodities.
And it's only a few out there that have really shown the propensity to do so. And when you consider that our stock market is essentially propped up by 10 companies, I think 10 companies are responsible for 70% of earnings is the latest number. So when you start talking about S&P 500, it really ain't 500. It's really like 10 companies responsible for 70, 80% of all of what's going on. So, you know, I think that is also a reason why you see such spikes in costs, because there's not no competition.
Let me ask you this, G.
The market is not competitive. Like, there needs to be more competition in the market. They've killed competition. They've got these big ass conglomerates, or with Meta as an example, Amazon is a beast, like Alphabet is a beast. You just got these huge ass companies now that have so much value that everything is beholden to what they do, and I feel like that's what's driving up prices too.
Let me ask you this though, about like, cause like I understand like moving away from the dollar, and like the dollar got real issues coming up with, like, it's a bunch of the people, you know, globally, it's more like you said, it's more competition. You got BRICS and all of that out there, and like if you got a little something, I know like I've been looking into diversifications, and like the crypto has been one, but it's been taking an L. Like, do you think us going to like commodities like gold and silver, like, are those
somebody that tried to sell Johnny?
No, but what I'm saying, are those safe? Is that like a safe place to put money?
There's no such thing as a quote unquote like safe, as in you're not going to lose at some point investment. Like, it's going to go up and down, right? What I would say is, Johnny, is you want to diversify to protect yourself. And I'm not a financial expert, but from what I understand and listening to rich people, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now,
and I wouldn't say, but you think that's a good, like,
I think it's an option. Pivot. I think it's an option between real estate and like housing. Like, I think that's something that's proven to steadily increase over time. So like, that's an example. You could say, like you said, gold, silver, that's proven to go up over time, but they've also had market, like they've taken dips recently here too, because they've had some crazy gains. Like, everything's been gaining, but it's no, like I said, it's no real one way to do it, which is why you kind of got to diversify. But I don't think that the commodities have the same ability to pump pause like Bitcoin does long term.
I mean, yeah, I'm okay. Like
that's what I would say.
I ain't trying to go all in on the commodity. I would never, but like on idiot, like you said, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. But it's one of those ones where like, it comes up every so often.
Yeah.
It always pop back up. For the years. And it's something that we used to base the dollar wrong with the gold standard. Yep. And we have gotten away from that, and not like the dollar is based on speculation now, and so it goes down. Once we don't believe in this country no more, the power of our dollar is going to go down. That's just like because it's tied into our government, and so it's like they've made that bet and they fucked around with the government, so we don't trust it no more. So our dollar's getting weaker, and you got to look around at other stuff because even the stock market, if it's based in dollars, you're at risk. But and that's why I was asking because I'm just trying to see all the different places where you can put a little something to kind of help.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve, I think gold, Bitcoin, and real estate.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess we kind of did unpack that.
But why do a college textbook cost that much more money? Like what about books got more expensive?
I don't even
less
know.
people printing them.
Well, I guess that would be an answer.
Apply, huh? Sure. Interesting.
But I would also say college textbooks were always completely overpriced. Like
definitely always overpriced.
Yeah, that's kind of high. I best make it make sense. But yeah, let's I guess let's talk through a couple things. So right now, as we're speaking about budgeting and this entire thing, is budgeting advice helpful, or is it gaslighting inside a inflated economy?
I mean, I think budgeting is always important. Like, I mean, it's not gaslighting now. I think there's
But is it fool's gold? Like we're saying, you can budget your way to financial freedom. If you can budget your way into, like being able to have more. Like for example, I think G just spoke about how, what was it? The healthcare and childcare, and there was something else, and what I mean, just schooling, all went up tremendously. So no matter how much you budgeted, income didn't rise enough to where you could still afford more of your regular goods because of the inflation of these things. So it kind of ends up being a wash, if not a negative. They put you inside the negative when you're thinking about your budgeting and what you can actually afford.
I mean, I think no matter how much you're making, you got to have a budget for it. I mean, whether you're making 24K, 50K, 100K, a million, you got to have a budget. I think that's just responsibility. Now, I think the problems we're dealing with is relate to capitalism, and I think the only way to earning, getting more money is going to help with the problems that we're talking about. Like, I mean, who would be? It's stupid to think like you can't solve more problems with 150K than you can with 50K. So I mean, like, more money coming in is always the solution with these type of problems. But I think that's the real answer. But budgeting is not something that can really get you there, but it's something that you need to have, like, no matter what income bracket you're in. Budgeting is going to help you do what you need to do with your money. But the ultimate answer is getting more money.
I would say budgeting is a tricky way to frame it, because for some people, budgeting might mean like, I'm going to spend X on grocery, I'm going to spend X on gas, I'm going to spend X on entertainment, I'm going to spend X on gym, and you itemize like everything where everything's going. I don't necessarily believe that you have to be at that level of budgeting. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing if you are. I think beyond preaching budget, the thing that has to be preached is just having the discipline to save over everything else. If you can't find ways to put away a little bit of what you got coming in, then you have to reevaluate like how you're spending all your bread. Because if you can't save little by little over time, when inevitably when things happen, you're just going to fall further into a financial despair. So I would preach over budget. Like, how can you put yourself in a position to, based off of the money you have, provide your basic needs and save some money, which will oftentimes require humbling yourself. To that is also why I'm a big thing on marriage, because like most folks gonna need a roommate, like especially younger 20s, younger professionals. No, I don't know how, especially in a real, like, because a younger professional, these opportunities don't even exist in rural areas. So you're going to be in like a city type area, you know, Charlotte, a Triangle, an Atlanta, DC, Richmond, whatever the case, like where these places are, where all the quote unquote high paying jobs are. A young professional cannot afford to usually live off of that first initial income by themselves in that location. So most people need roommates. That's why I'm always big, like, you might as well let that roommate be a life partner that you can actually build with and invest in some things over time. But to me, that's the big thing, is like budgeting is one thing, but being able to save is more important than just being able to say, I'm going to spend X, Y, Z on all these things, and then nothing goes in your savings.
And like, I think like what you said is very true as far as, like, I mean, we already got cities that like are unaffordable. Like you talk about the New Yorks, the San Franciscos, the LAs. Well, there are already places where like there are people that make $100K that need roommates, and 150, and they need roommates in some of these cities. So like, man, we're already there in certain places. So that's very true. And like, if your roommate could be your life partner, that helps a long way. You know, that can, you know, to take you a long way. Definitely, for sure. But like, when it comes down to like, if you don't have a budget, you can't like really sit and really know if it's the inflation or not. If you ain't got a budget, like if you're not saying like, I'm spending this amount a month and this amount a month and track it, it's hard to sit and like say it's inflation, because you're not even knowing what you're spending. Could just be your, you know, you, when you get sad, you buy more food, or when you get happy, you know, it could be. But if you ain't really got that stuff budgeted out, you can't sit and, you know, blame the inflation. So I think that's the important part of just, you know, knowing how much you spend. So when the changes do happen, you can be like, oh, well, I know for a fact I was spending this, and it's going to this, and so. But without that, it's all speculation.
I think to effectively budget, you gotta be making enough money to budget. Like you gotta have like money left over to do different things with. You know, like so. First you gotta be making more money. You gotta be making more money than your bills. Number one, to then have a budget, and then it's like you were saying earlier, it's more than just like, oh, I ain't eating McDonald's for the week, I'm on a budget. Like, no, I got a savings account, I got an investment account, I got a, you know, bills account, and I'm being intentionally, you know, it's just wording, it's semantics at the end of the day, but it's like I'm being intentional about, you know, what my income is and how to get the best out of it. But otherwise, I'm shooting blind pretty much. Like,
but hey, Black,
I'm guessing what I have out here.
I think like, as being somebody where like been in college and like even first couple years out of college, like it was tight. Like I've been, but like to me, I think that's when like budgeting is more important. The less you have, because it's like each dollar means way more. And so, like, if I'm only making 30K,
well, I mean, that's
I gotta know where every dollar is going.
That's surviving, though. Budgeting is like, I'm doing this with the intention to grow my income. Surviving is just like, you know, I'm gonna get this piece of. You on mute, G.
No, I say that's like being like, I only got $20 for the week. That's not budgeting. That's surviving.
Yeah.
But you learn budgeting that way.
So like I get what you're saying.
You learn how to allocate. That's not budgeting.
It's called allocate budgeting. But to me, like when you got $20 a week, you gonna learn how to stretch that 20.
Right, but that's all you have. There's a big difference between that and actually budgeting.
It's like having the discipline to know that you can spend $3
I get it. I get it, but to me, I've always used stretching as the same as budgeting. Like if I'm tight and I got $100 to make it through the week, I'm gonna put 10 on this. I'm gonna go get some food that I can make stretch, and I'm gonna budget that 100 out.
In theory, if you budget, you don't get tight.
Pause.
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, I guess, but like to me,
in theory, that's why you budget, so you don't run into those. Like, if you're really doing it right, budgeting, you have something
so
like Abe, like I was saying, an account put aside so that when things quote unquote get tight, it's not an issue. You've budgeted for this, like you've accounted for this possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's budgeting. Emergency fund, like we ready to go. Emergency saving. Long-term saving, retirement saving, and like you have all these different sort of buckets in which you're preparing for these unfortunate circumstances that inevitably come your way.
I mean, I'm just saying, I've had some tight months where I didn't know when I was gonna make it to the end and a little bit of something, and you learn to make the most out of that. And to me, that's what I consider that a form of budgeting.
They're just surviving. You survived that month.
So like, think of it like this, Johnny. So you getting $20 a month, or a week to survive off of, and then the next month you all of a sudden start getting $2,000 every 2 weeks. So do you change your lifestyle, or do you continue to live like you did when you was getting $20 a week? So the difference is like, now that you're making more money to really survive off of, are you going to do things with it to grow it? Are you going to create more expenses that still have you living like 20 a week, even though you're getting 2,000? So it's like, you got to make enough money, just like you got to make enough money to save, you got to make enough money to budget. And then like, budget is just like an intentionality as far as with your finances, where it's surviving. It's like, I don't even got enough money to save. Like, so I'm going to eat, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get $2.50 on gas, you know, I can't do $2.75, might hit net. Like, that ain't really budgeting. It's like, it's all I got. I can't save, I can't put nothing in investments, you know, I can't put nothing in the travel account, I can't send nothing to my mama. Like, I don't have enough money to really start to be intentional with it. And that's all budgeting is. It's like, I'm getting enough money to be intentional. Am I making the best decisions with it to not like be in financial ruin and have bad credit and be in debt and stuff? Or I'm making decisions with it where with a budget that like I'm growing my wealth, I'm growing my income to the point where I might not have to budget. But if you any financial success book, and you know, anybody that's wealthy and success, most of they got a story about how they was on a budget and they were intentional about, you know, they ate rice and chicken for a week, or they went to the car. Like they do something consistently where they cut out all expenses, even though they got the money to do stuff. They cut out expenses, and it's like, I'm gonna budget and put this money in other places that's gonna grow. That's the difference. Surviving is like, shit, I ain't got no money to save. Like,
but another thing, but like in that month that I only had that little bit, I learned how to survive with that. But then if I hit that 2,000, naturally you know what? I deserve that little.
That's what they call lifestyle creep.
Lifestyle creep, but that's where like you learn the budgeting like when you don't have a lot, because you learn how to like survive. Well, I can
no, you don't. Right. No, you don't.
I can do that. But then if
I completely disagree with this.
Money, I think that's when you.
I think that minimal people learn how to budget when they don't have shit. I think the majority of people, when they get shit, when they haven't had shit, this is how you see people go broke when they get a lump sum of money.
But then that
they never actually learn
that you should learn more.
Like most people don't even get a second. What does that mean? A second time around.
Well, I've had months where like I've made money and I spent more than I should, and then I've been back tight. Like, you know, when you get to like you don't have the measure, and then you end up running out, and you're like, damn, I thought I made this kind of money, I didn't, and then now like, and the next time I get that kind of money, I'm gonna make sure I do right with it.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I think that's more of an outlier thing. All I'm saying is that, generally speaking, um, most people that I know that grew up and had to survive don't make the best financial decisions. But it's because of now they feel that the money that they have, they deserve to live a different lifestyle. And that's way more gaudier and XYZ. Not that they need to continue to live at those means and then save to where they'll be more stable later. And I think that it's a fallacy to think that most people are learning to budget by surviving. Most people are just surviving by surviving and wanting to live a gaudier lifestyle.
Yeah, I would agree that most folks who are doing the survival thing, that scarce mentality does not aid in preparing for like financial futures in my experience. Like if you know, like it's like you were saying, it's the reason why a lot of athletes go broke, because they come from scarce backgrounds. They don't understand how money works. They think they have a lot of money when they really don't, and they spend it super fast. And so, like, it's very easy to spend bread and lose track of how much you've been spending when you've got like a lot of money. Like, so
And
yeah.
I guess what I was saying is like, I've known the like NFL guys, they like not in the league no more, and they was blowing the money. They come home, they ain't making money the way they used to. You gotta learn how to like budget. If you go from, you know, a 3-year, $5 million contract, and then you making 80 grand a year, like I feel like
You talking about they blew their money and now they're surviving in Rock Hill.
I think that's a learning. You should take something from that for sure. Shouldn't you learn from like I got that? Like,
well, yeah, listen, being rich and going broke should teach you some lessons, but they don't mean that you learn how to budget.
That should be one of the lessons, is what I'm saying. That's not one of the lessons you take away from something like that.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, budgeting is not really. It's a discipline game. It's not a lesson game. It's like a lot of people can tell you how to do it, but the discipline to actually have a thorough budgeting plan week over week, month over month, over a period of time. I've got like one friend that I know for sure in this motherfucker Google sheet. Shout out my boy Bay. This nigga got his whole yearly budget from year, like it's all tracked out in spreadsheets. He know how much he spent on groceries, this, that, like household expense, every utility. It's all tracked month over month, like crazy analytical with it. Me personally, that's not my bag. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Does your friend have Asperger's?
No, not that I'm aware of. You know, he's not officially diagnosed with none, but some people are just analytical like that. They just anal when it comes to.
Oh, okay.
They probably those people aren't fun. Those people ain't fun to live with though.
Like a lot of times they have like they're on the spectrum a little bit, and like I think Asperger's is the one where like when you end up wanting to have like
semi-normal.
Very,
you know, like some people are like OCD.
Like you have some nerdy like niches, but
I think it's closer to OCD than I was like it's more of like an OCD thing, like an obsessive compulsive thing. But like, yeah, everybody not like that. Like that's why I say for me, I know I'm not gonna track stuff like that, so I try to like think more like from a business, like the way a business executive would look at the business. I'm not in the minute details of what's going on, but I know what's being allocated at a high level to what parts of where it needs to go where. So like for me, it's like I don't necessarily need to know where all of my discretionary income's going, because I know what I need for bills, I know what I need for saving, I know what I need for all the necessities. Whatever this other stuff goes to is what I want it to go to, and I'm not tracking it because I've already accounted for retirement, investment, saving, etc. So that's how I like to go about it. I'm not gonna be bitching about Yeah, I mean, it's a privilege. It's a privilege that I've earned.
So I guess let me ask this. So as we continue to move on and talk about like the cost of living reality check that we're in right now, is home ownership now a fantasy for the average American? Or is the 15-year car note and the 50-year mortgage becoming the new normal?
I mean, I think it is becoming. It's I think the biggest problem that we've had after COVID, we had a lot of these big corporate entities buying up real estate. I think that should be illegal because all they do is like run up prices. It's a scheme. It's a scam. I think real estate should only be able to be bought by like individual people because at the rate it's going, it is like 50-year mortgage is insane. Then you don't own the house at that point. Like you're literally renting it. And so if they running out stuff like that, home ownership is a scam. If they really getting off on the 50-year mortgages, home ownership is not possible, or it's not. It costs too much.
Hey, Black, talk to us.
My bad. What's the question?
Is home ownership now a fantasy for the average American?
I mean, the numbers would show. I mean, we under 1% in America home ownership. So the fantasy, the reality is
Oh my
way
bad.
further than the
Say those
fantasy.
numbers again.
Black. So as far as like land ownership in America, African Americans own less than 1% of land in America. So I mean, that's an old stat. You know,
say that one more
back in the
time.
FBA days.
Say that one more time.
So all the land in America, Black people own less than 1% of it.
We used to own 12 million acres at one point.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's we talked about that with the FBA. You know, it's one of my things I always say with them. But it's just super inflated. So I don't think it's a fantasy. I think people, and not even being like, I don't know, Pan African, but like people need to start diversifying their thought of ownership and not be limited to here right now, because they just inflating the prices everywhere, man. Like, and at the end of the day, we just buying boxes. So, you know, I'm really more leaning towards advising towards getting land and getting back to building your own homes and looking at alternative ways of buying, making homes, modular homes, container homes, all type of different ways of architecture, but more so securing the land, because really that's why the houses are so much, because you're paying people to do stuff that you could do, figure out with your brothers, and you know, lay your foundation and do some things.
Black. Can I hop in really quickly?
Go ahead.
I'm with you with everything that you said until you said do yourself. One thing that I learned,
not everything, but I'm just saying.
One thing I learned putting this
he meant pay for it.
Listen, one thing I learned putting this space together recently is I am not a contractor and I don't have contracting skills, and neither do most of my niggas.
Yeah.
And
leave us out of this.
Hey, listen,
leave us out of this.
And so more times than not, if you want something done correctly, if you want to live in it or sell it, you better pay them. You better pay people. And what I have found, I also have found this, better or worse. You know, you can pay the white man, you can pay the black man. You know who gonna get it done for you?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Benito.
And guess what?
Nah.
Listen. And guess what?
In no way.
This is so fire. I done seen it like 3-4 times. This was like, I ain't even gonna get into it. But 3-4 times, you pay that money, and then it be listen, I didn't see the mom help hold up the basketball goal when they installing the concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody be out there. They say we about to get this shit done in about like an hour, 2 hours. Like I done had them installing equipment and while doing the concrete, and they gonna send them little ones over there. They look
Hispanic
at that
women, the
little thing,
hardest
they flip
working women on
about
the
4
planet.
times. They got the mom kind of making sure. Listen, I be like, damn, like
They the
low key is
put
a
on
little
some
turn.
boots. You
And
get you a
listen, it been
fine.
cold. Listen, it been cold in North Carolina. I done seen them do this in 20-degree weather. And I was like, damn.
Them Hispanic
Like
ladies be
imagine
some
trying to get some
farmers on the construction
hey,
site.
hey, imagine trying to get some brothers out there in the 20-degree weather. That's all I don't know.
Nah. So no, what I was saying, I wasn't saying that because in no way am I like about to go in and do no electrical wiring or plumbing, like no complicated shit. What I'm saying is like instead of like buying houses fully made and ready, you can buy the land and you can build, and like you say, I can hire that electrician, I can hire that independent stuff, and so it's a little bit more work because I'm not just going to a real estate person, going to house, doing underwriting, sign it, and I walk in my new house, which is cool, but I have to pay $500,000 for it. I might pay $250K if I go and I hire the contracts myself and I get the lot and I buy the land and stuff like that. So that's all I'm saying as far as the question of it being a fantasy of our home ownership. If they're inflating the prices, we need to get back to learning how to build our own homes. And that's all it is. Because you can inflate the prices when you have a service that people can't do. But like we was talking about with the TVs, when the TVs first dropped, the plasmas high as hell. But the more you get them, the cheaper it gets. So if you have more people that can build homes, you can find cheaper services because it's more common. But when it's not, you can charge $600,000 from your grandma old house that she got for $12,000 back in the '70s. And they doing that right now because niggas just can't go out. And when I say build your own house, I mean go find the people that can build the house. Like who can build a foundation? I know Q just got the gym, so he know a couple of amigos. Like so I come from that background. My dad, he does that. He builds. So if you know the people, a lot of stuff you can save cost on by like doing yourself and hiring and whatever. Then you get the professionals for certain stuff, the septic tank, the wiring, all the complicated. Yeah, you want the professional, but some shit we can do. I can lay some brick. I can paint. Like I'm gonna do some whatever I gotta do to cut some corners, and then it's gonna be more value in it because you did it yourself. You know it's been done right. Ain't nobody been in it before you. So ain't no bad spirits. Like I built this shit from the front, so this is all us, all our energy, and I think that's the only way we survive here is like just more buildings and like more alternative ways of building. Otherwise, you gotta pay whatever they charge. Like it's crazy what some of these houses are selling for because they want what's under the house now. They know they can level this shit and build something completely different that's going to bring you more income. So it's about the land.
Yeah, it's about location. Like location is what drives.
I was looking at like how much of
This
the
nigga Johnny keep cutting niggas off,
man.
Yeah, like it's like I wasn't even. He wasn't.
I raised my
I don't even
hand.
understand like why I had to cut. Like it's like damn. Like
G didn't even get his in on the tank. But go ahead, Johnny.
You got it, Johnny. You got it, man.
Well, I was saying like I just looked up. It said like 60 like black people only own 1% of the land, and it's like 60% of private land is already owned, and then like the government owns like another 28 to 29% of the land, and so it's not like a lot of land left out there for like us to get. And I think that's what A Black was saying. I think that is way more important now than just like buying like real estate and you don't get a lot of like acres. I think like buying more of this country, like and owning it privately amongst us, is what kind of gets us back to where we were in, Reconstruction in some of the days because we did have a lot of land ownership, and I think until we get back,
it ain't even about it being no land left. you gotta have capital to buy the land. It ain't like, oh, I want to buy land, but I just can't find nothing to buy because they bought it all. Like, no, if you can buy it from them, they'll sell it. Like that's all they're doing. Like a lot of niggas just buying plots and they hold on to it. They got it for $1 million.
Yeah,
They
that's
wait
what you
for somebody come, you get it for 2 million. Like they flip land like that. So it's just about us just having the money to buy it or having it and not selling it because you have a lot of that too.
That's it.
Where black people had land, they had ownership, they had farms, and it was too much for them. They sold it. They didn't see the vision in it. Now they come back and it's
man. You know how many black families once that last family member passed, all they trying to do is figure out how we can sell this shit and make some bread. Like so many black families have land in rural areas that is underdeveloped or just not developed at all. Like I know
I'm also say I don't think that it's always a bad idea.
No, it's not always a bad idea, but the point of this idea of owning land is like we're regressing. Like we're not trending upward there. Like we've had the land and the opportunities we've had to keep it. People didn't like. It's a good idea, but like, you know, everybody don't have access to knowing what to do with the land. Like it's like, you know, in today's world with AI, maybe it's a little bit less of an excuse to where it's like you can ask and get help, get some but traditionally people didn't know where to start, where you just got this underdeveloped land with a bunch of trees and grass on it. And if black folks were to really invest in owning land, it would require us like leaving the cities because that's the only place you can get land would be in these very rural.
And I guess like a piece of what I guess what I was about to say was like sometimes there's like the bargaining chip that you do have to think of where you can own some acres out inside a rural area that needs development, or you can flip that into maybe not as many acres, but inside the city where inflation will be not if, like the housing prices will continue to go up at a more drastic level to where you're going to gain at a more rapid rate. And like these end up being some of those little like which one means more, especially depending on what game that you're attempting to play.
And I was just witnessing a real example of this where it's a situation where the person who owns the house, he's like the patriarch, if you will. He's the father. Mm-hmm. And now he's at that age where it's like maybe he needs some assistance, needs to move out the home. And it's like now the siblings are trying to figure out what do we need to do with this house? What are we gonna sell it for? Well, the house is in rural Halifax County, Eastern North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's country.
It's very, very country. Shout out to 252, Scotland Neck, Tillery. Shout out to y'all boys out there if y'all caught it. But the house itself, like maybe it might sell for $60,000, and you're talking about on like a couple acres. like it's like so it's like relative to what you know that you can't buy jack shit in Durham for $60,000. Even in like the most rural county or rural part of the like you're not buying anything for 60,000 around here. That's gonna be worth any grain of salt. So. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you really want to focus on land and stuff like that, unfortunately, like I feel like to Q's point, you're gonna have to account for some other trade-offs there because that's gonna be a very, very long-term plan that
if you want valuable land.
Yeah, because it's gonna be very, very long term. You can get land in strategic places, like for example, out in Halifax or Roanoke, out in Weldon, North Carolina. It's right off the Roanoke River. So you're near this beautiful sort of riverbank. You've got this nature thing, and they built like a distillery out there in Eastern. It's like Weldon Distillery. They got their own bourbon, tequila. They got a whole line of different, and they even put another branch in Durham, but they started in Weldon. And so it's like, but you're strategically up against this river where you've got this draw that can bring people in, at least like you can create an event space with this nice nature, and you've got like a product that people want, and it draws them to that rural area. And you've created a business that's now like starting to long term probably have some payoffs. but it would take that sort of innovative thinking for that plan to work. It just can't be on the land. It's then like, how, when you own it, what are you going to do to enterprise it so that it actually becomes worth something over time versus just not growing in value. I mean, you got to make it valuable. You got to make it attractive. You got to develop it.
To add to that, or like, I don't even think this is a rebuttal, but like, I think like having the land is valuable in itself, because even if it's not necessarily what's called like attractive or valuable land and stuff, us as black people, we understand how like our culture has been exploited and been sold off. And you know, I think if we could if you build it, they'll come. Ask Q. Like if you build something, if we went out into the rural area, we built it. We have a track record of being of people wanting to be a part of what we do, and we don't have to go to the cities where we know there's stuff's already owned by the 1%. It's these rules. It's not, that the cities ain't been good to us. We could go and build our own stuff on our own land, and we're gonna attract what we need because we've always done that. Like, there's always people that's gonna want to come and be a part of it. Look at Sinners, them black folks in the middle of the country doing what they wanted to do. Them Irish folks came to them, and so like,
I understand what you're saying. So right now, are you making the statement that if black people build shit in the middle of nowhere, people won't come to it?
Yes, we're the culture. People do what people follow us. If we go and do something, they gonna come and want to be a part of it.
But you got to build something that has value, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's mad like poor black.
But you can. The land is valuable in itself. If you make the land.
No, but that's why I brought up.
Like there's mad poor black towns, though.
That's why I brought up Weldon Mills. That's why I brought up like you should Google Weldon Mills Distillery, because the town of Weldon has respectfully nothing there, but the location along this riverbank is beautiful. It's beautiful. If you see,
is this black owned?
No, they're not black owned. They're not black owned. But the point I'm making though is like, you're in a rural town with no value, but you have this scenic thing that is priceless, and you build something around that then makes it valuable. It's not just gonna be people come because they come because you black. You got to build something that's valuable, something that's unique, that's an experience.
But like, if black people did that, if black people did it, if we did that, you don't think they're gonna come?
Who gonna come to where?
Anywhere that we do something, like if it was black owned.
I don't understand what these statements be meaning.
It means like we don't need to rely on the cities and stuff. If we could bring that stuff and build our own land and build our own community outside of that. It would draw people away from the cities.
Hip hop land or something. Like, what are we building that's?
He just said a distillery. Like, you can't be a black-owned distillery in a place that draws people. He said build something. I don't know now, but he said, I'm saying white people went out to Weldon and built something that made the land valuable, and we can't go and copy that and do something. I don't even
think that's like specifically what he was saying. I think that he's saying that there was value in the location, and they built something that was able to take advantage of.
Yeah.
But it's still in the middle of nowhere, and they're still like, you can still build something to make people come to your land. And I think black people now consistent track record in this country of building stuff that people want to come and see.
Because to that point, it's a river, so people naturally already go there at least to hunt, to fish.
Hey G, this is Black History Month. And I do want to like give a shout out to all Black History Month and people that participated in Black History and built amazing things and fire shit. Now, Johnny, enlighten me on Black History Month so I can be better understood. What are things that what are some examples of things that Black people built in the middle of nowhere that people came to? Not in the city, but like in just rural, like middle of nowhere.
I mean, like you could go where like Rosewood and even like the middle of nowhere. Like, look where all these places were exactly. I know, like in like the summer 1919, like they came and they ran people out
But no,
of.
that Google so good.
I'm on
This
the
nigga
Google.
said
Yeah, I'm on the Google.
Rosewood.
Hey, he hit me. But I mean, it was places like Indianapolis. You had Cannon Mills. You had Wilmington in the South.
Bro, it wasn't like.
like
So again, let's stay to what you were saying. You said that we were going like I can point to things that in cities Black people have built that became attractions for other people to come to and go to. What are the examples of us doing that in the middle of nowhere? Because I think that the proximity to the city and the flow of traffic within that naturally tends to also help accentuate, say, like, just like the whole being able to build something that draws people. Where I personally can't think of examples, especially multiple examples, of being out in the middle of nowhere and there being these big Black attractions that people went out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, okay, like
The
all
best
right,
example
I
I
give
can
you
think of
middle
is
of nowhere
Tuskegee.
is crazy. Middle of nowhere is kind of crazy, but like I'm from South Carolina, and like if you go to Horry County, it's not a very populated area. I mean, there's Myrtle Beach, and like even my family owned land out there in Horry County, and there's been places you can look up Charlie Place. I've talked about this a couple times.
Are you talking about Myrtle
really
Beach?
Yes, which that's not the middle of nowhere, so that kind of like. But it's not a very populated area. It's not very populated. It's like 23,000
Hey, if
people that
niggas
live
got
there. It's
land
not
near
big.
Myrtle Beach, they need to own that for sure. Like, what are we talking about? That's a no-brainer.
Well, Myrtle Beach ain't a big city though.
I don't care what town
it's not a big
you have.
city.
If your town borders
like
the Atlantic Ocean, it has value. Like
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
your town, but that's what I'm saying about the Weldon. But that's what I'm saying, Johnny, about the Weldon's example is that they don't have an ocean, but they had a river, and it wasn't. It's the Roanoke River. It's not necessarily like this marquee river, but it does have some traits where like people go trout fishing there, and it does draw in a lot of the hunting crowd off of 95 from Virginia and North Carolina. So putting that distillery there where there was no really other businesses there for people who are hunting and fishing and do all shit to do, it's like a very unique value add to a rural area. Like that's funny.
I'm trying, old man.
But Johnny, if you got a small town near a beach, you have a unique advantage on the fact that you're adjacent to the ocean.
I was on the Google, but I mean, but it's a rural city, and that's what I kind of meant more so than middle of nowhere. Was like there's not a lot of people in Horry County, South Carolina, and like it does have.
You're talking about Myrtle Beach, like, are you saying Black people built Myrtle Beach and people go to Myrtle Beach?
But there's places where Black people have owned a lot of land right around there. That is
right,
like
so my bad. When you were saying Black people
has
a track record of building things in America that people come to, what did you mean by that?
I was talking about like Myrtle Beach, and these might not necessarily be middle of nowhere, but like Tulsa's not like no big ass city. Or, like they're not. Wilmington wasn't no big ass city. And like these ain't like
let's stop.
New York or California.
But let's stop and keep going. Like let's stay to the point of what you're saying. So you said Black. So are you saying? Hey, you're saying Black people built Myrtle Beach, right?
Well, no, okay. What I'm saying is like Black people can build stuff. We could get land and we could build stuff that people want to come to. Whether it's in the middle of nowhere or closer to cities, we could move up from the New Yorks and LAs of the world.
All right, my only point is that I don't know. All I'm saying is that I don't know Black people to have built like these things outside of major cities.
They haven't been in major cities. Wilmington, Rosewood, Tulsa, Durham. They're not major cities.
So my bad. All right. So now, what in Wilmington is this major tourist attraction that Black people built that made people want to come there?
They didn't necessarily build, but they used to be in
office.
They used to be like Black people used to run government in Wilmington until they got ran off by white people.
All right, so right now you're turning
it into a conversation. Like so, I like you trying to like,
Johnny,
but you ain't like you ain't know that Black people's in like
I'm
all
not
kind of
acting like anything. You're changing the entire conversation.
I misspoke earlier. You're trying to pinpoint me to some middle of nowhere stuff. When I'm talking about black people building, like you're trying to pinpoint me to one word I said.
No. All right, were we not talking about black people building like these attractions for people to come to?
I thought we were.
That's what we weren't talking about. Have black people ever been in government inside rural cities? And like that's now where you're trying to make the point.
Okay, I said I conceded the middle of nowhere, but there have been places
and at that time was Wilmington the capital of North Carolina at the time, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I off there?
The capital, but I know I don't know if it was the capital, but there's a lot of black people in
what is niggas building Wilmington that people wanted to come see, Johnny? If it's nothing, then that doesn't
niggas was making their own laws and stuff in Wilmington.
But who disputed that? That has nothing to do with the topic that we're talking about.
That's what I was speaking to when I first said this. You try to act like that's what I was speaking about.
That wasn't.
I consider Wilmington the middle of nowhere right now. Like I mean, Durham, and like those, like, they're not like
the middle of nowhere.
Wilmington is not a major city. Like it's not.
North Carolina doesn't have. Charlotte ain't a major city by that definition.
I don't say Charlotte's a major city. It's small compared to New York, LA, Dallas, Houston, Chicago.
It ain't but 3 or 4 major cities in the whole country. If that's the metric, like major city versus like an actual city and town. Like a major city is New York, LA, Chicago, Houston, Miami.
Yeah.
Maybe another one could get thrown in there. Boston, maybe
Atlanta,
Phoenix, maybe.
No, Charlotte's bigger than Atlanta. You can't say Atlanta because Charlotte's bigger than Atlanta.
Not the metro area. Not the metro area. Atlanta's metro area is 3 times as big as ours. The city proper.
You about to argue
metro area.
You a lifer. You about to argue that Charlotte's. You about to pull out some crazy statistic.
All I'm saying is that the stats that I have seen.
The city of Charlotte is bigger than the city of Atlanta. Atlanta's metro area is 3 times bigger than Charlotte's metro area.
As in, like population-wise, Charlotte has more people than Atlanta.
Atlanta's metro area is 3 times as big as ours. That's where it comes from. That's where the power.
Okay, all right. Area. So, like all the niggas that drive 45 minutes into Atlanta. Okay, cool. The city of Atlanta and the city of Charlotte, from my understanding, Charlotte's bigger, has a bigger, more dense population.
That's true. But if you look at the biggest metro areas, Atlanta's top 10,
cool.
Charlotte's
my
22.
My whole thing is that, like, I could have sworn we were talking about, again, I don't think that we ever got into the idea of, or the conversation of black people owning land inside rural areas or being in government in rural areas. So I just don't understand where you making that point would come from.
That's what I was talking about the whole time. You trying to say the middle of nowhere.
All right, cool. I'm trying to ask you, why were you making that point?
Because I think that's where we can get way more value from, instead of buying land, building our own stuff and moving away from these big cities. Help us more as black people. I think owning a lot more land would help.
Yeah, I don't think. I guess my only thing is that I think that we can.
And it don't have to be land in the city.
I think that we can own a lot of rural land that has no value, and that's where the conversation was at. And this is why
if we went to rural land, we would make value.
I forget the name of it. Whatever the mills is.
Well, then.
There's specific spaces where it makes sense to buy a lot of rural land, but for the majority of it, it's like, unless you try to be an off the grid boy, which I'm not, it don't necessarily make sense in comparison to where buying a less amount of land inside a space where it's going to appreciate and value a lot faster is a smarter move.
Okay.
Yeah, those projects are going to be for the people who have money.
I'm just saying, we used to own 12 million acres. We own less than 1% of the land now. And you can see where, like, that's my own. All right, cool. Cool. We own less than 1. Cool.
Yeah, I get, like, so you, never mind.
You don't think owning 12 million acres is more valuable than what we're at now?
Do I think owning? I don't know. I don't know that
I don't care where the
I don't
12 million
know.
acres at. I'll take it.
That sounds cool, but if you get 12 million acres of swampland, that shit means nothing.
Maybe to you, I'm creative. I'll get some boats out there.
Okay.
Like you could do something.
We'll start a show called.
You can do something with 12 million acres of land.
You're gonna have to damn import some gators and turn that shit into a zoo. Like you're gonna have to do a whole bunch.
I think that'll work.
And this is what we call Fantasyland World that I am not interested in. Dundada 5150. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. My bad. I'm looking at this. Listen. All the wild chats have came from G Stream today. And
got a 50 boy up here.
Yeah. Listen. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. It's a wild time to be alive right now. They hunting him right now. Whether it's the smack
trying to get him out of the paint.
Or the underage girl comments is like sheesh. But the thing is that Corey has groomed his crowd to where he makes these jokes all the time. That if you are a part of that community, none of that shit should really mean anything because that's all he talks about anyway.
Calling it a community is crazy.
The 5150 community is not like a real thing. I think that Corey probably has one of the more stronger internet presences on.
Corey can hit the road and make money.
Yeah,
like all he gotta do is hit the road.
I've been to a couple of shows.
He can make money. He can tour.
Yeah, like he has a crowd and a group that don't give a fuck about what nothing else happens. They or Corey and girls and shit.
I mean, I was a big Corey Holcomb fan. Like I said, I've been, but like,
oh, no longer.
It's like seeing him smack somebody is kind of hard to be like, I'm still rocking with him. Like the jokes are cool, but like actually seeing it, that's too much. Like I can't. I'm out. Like I can't like seeing you put your hands on a woman is totally different than like hearing the joke.
Okay.
Ray Rice ain't never run that ball again, did he?
Damn, that's wild.
Hey, listen. If you wanna see a sure red flag for a guy that's a domestic abuser, just let him be 5'6" and got a bunch of muscles. Them niggas gonna hit him bitch every time.
Them niggas ready to fight to prove their point off the rip.
Yeah. They every time. Like you could look at Ray Rice, Devontae Davis, like all of them niggas, they look.
Yo, did y'all see the Rakia Jackson shit?
I don't know what happened with that.
I heard he wrecked.
You know Rakia Jackson though, right?
I heard
WNBA
player.
Like she played for the Stars, right, or something like that.
Sparks went to Tennessee.
Okay.
I mean, she one of the
ones.
She's in the upper percentile of attractive women, and she's straight in the WNBA. She's one of the more attractive straight women in the league, Rakia Jackson. But
okay.
She was dating this NFL player who was highly talented out of Tennessee. They were college sweethearts. Antonio Pierce, he had his rookie year with the Atlanta Falcons.
Panthers could have drafted him.
He got arrested recently, hit with like multiple felonies. So y'all didn't hear about this or see none of the footage.
I didn't get to the charge. I saw he wrecked into a car.
Okay, so
like fighting the cop.
The only thing that I seen was that she's going. She wants to testify, and she wants to be updated on any plea agreements or some shit like that.
So she broke up with this dude. She broke up with this dude.
Is he short?
Nah, this a big nah.
At least short niggas alone.
He a defensive end. He a defensive lineman in the NFL. He just was almost rookie of the year. Like he's an athlete. Okay, like he's a fucking athlete. So this dude, they broke up. She cut him off. Basically, stopped answering the phone. So once she stopped answering the phone, she just out and about driving, and this nigga is trailing her. So he's stalking her. She don't even know this nigga stalking her. He's in a white Lamborghini, mind you, stalking her behind her in the car.
Dumbest shit ever.
He gets out the car and goes to her window, like, "What's up?" Like, while in traffic. But then at some point, he hits her car with his car as she's trying to get away.
In a Lamborghini, I didn't know that.
In a Lamborghini, he's in a Lamborghini, and he hits her car with his car. Then, when the cops get involved, he flees them and runs over a cop with his car, runs over like a cop's leg or some shit with his car. And then when the cops get their hand on him, it takes like 8 to 9 cops to wrangle this nigga at the end to like just get him like in cuffs and cool.
You got to
and as a result,
they double team him coming off that line.
Oh, and as a result, homeboy is
double team that nigga off the line.
I think he's facing a minimum. I think based off the counts of 5 years, based off of the counts.
Hitting the cop fucked him up.
But multiple felonies, 2 counts of like using your car as a deadly weapon, and you talk about now. I look. I don't know what kind of pussy got a nigga going like that.
Yeah, that box gotta be amazing.
Like you, like nigga, you did what? Because you couldn't talk to it. Like what? Like, hey, look, I'm glad that Rakia Jackson's healthy. We definitely don't condone none of this goofy behavior.
No pussy that good.
I'm saying she might have just put herself in a Badu hemisphere with how she got niggas acting out here, because if you got a nigga willing to risk his whole career off that thing, oh my goodness.
Well, we gotta see if one more guy do it, then yes.
Yeah.
He could have just been corny.
It's possible. That's possible.
But that's still good pussy at the minimum, though. Like even if you're corny, you don't act like that. You don't wreck no Lambo into the back of nobody's car. First of all, if you gonna stalk a girl, you gotta get in like a little Hyundai or something. You don't stalk a chick in the fucking Lambo. That's insane.
You ever stalked a woman with 10 million?
Say again?
I ain't never had 10 million.
Right, that's all I'm saying. Sometimes he had to do it in a Lambo.
Nigga, it's just visible. You can see a Lambo. You gotta be discreet.
What
was he at, in Miami or some shit?
I want to say Florida, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do want to say they were in Florida.
Hey, they let the Lambos out in Florida.
I mean, you ain't stalking it.
All them red pill niggas rented Lambos.
Get you a little rental car, get you a Chevy Cruze, or a little Toyota Camry. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. You don't do that shit in no Lambo. That's crazy. No he wrecked the Lambo.
Yeah, I think that's the like of all things. Like, one, if I'm stalking my chick, I'm not gonna be in the Lambo, nigga.
Right.
Like, nigga, I need something that's gonna fit in with the traffic. I'm not about to just be in a Lambo in the middle. If I'm stalking, like, I definitely need that Civic.
Honda Accord.
What do y'all think about MAGA Nikki? Dundada 5151.
I should get the train run on her by Trump and them boys.
I think Nikki is definitely angling for some type of pardon. I just don't know the angle. I just don't know the angle. I think either she's bargaining for a pardon or multiple pardons. I just can't make sense of what the hell she's doing and why these days. It makes no logical sense.
Did she really spend the money for that gold card?
No, I don't think she spent money for it.
I think Trump gave it to her for free because she was doing all the, on stage at Turning Point. And then I guess right behind him, he was behind her.
Headline Turning Point concert next year. She gonna do the Super Bowl.
They should have got her. Niggas
Now that would have been a huge upgrade over Kid Rock. And that's no denial there.
Y'all got Nikki on your side. Y'all ain't even hit that button. Y'all could have hit the Nikki button. Like, that'd have been.
Oh yeah, that is true.
But they suck. Like that's why Fuente is pissed off. They suck. They ain't even like you. How you have a Nikki on your side and you don't even hit that button in a time like this?
I don't know if Nikki would have even.
It'd have been a better show. It'd have been a better show. She got more hits.
I don't even know if she would have did that concert. Honestly,
I wish that I could have this moment for life. For life. That shit would have rocked off. I wish that I could have
you go bring Safari back out for this one. The classic. The classic.
They could have went out with that one.
All right, welcome to the show. We have Steve. We got old man. Steve, talk to us, brother.
I just want to say what's good. I want to keep this on a serious note. Remind y'all that we had 12 million acres. Don't forget that.
Tell him, Steve.
You come in here taking my talking point.
Hey, that motherfucker Johnny just kept saying that shit. He said, all I know is we had 12 million acres. Like, what that got to do with the question?
Nothing. And then
Hey,
know
man,
that niggas
that
used to
shit
be legislative and
that shit was funny, man. That shit was funny as hell.
We gotta get
I
back
know,
to it. 1% crazy to me.
It's a good show. It's a good show. Of course, y'all talking about the money. The money broken, man. As long as they can continuously print it, it's by nature devalue the dollars that you have. So whether it's stocks, real estate, gold, Bitcoin, whatever you choose, I mean, that's why people use houses as a store of value, because it's better to just buy a whole bunch of houses than to have a whole bunch of money in the bank. And when I say the system money, when I say it's broken, that's a prime example where you can see how it breaks the valuations of housing. Because now we didn't have to commodify housing because we don't have no other way to like retain our purchasing power. So we use something that's supposed to be like a what they call it, a necessity or whatever, and we commodify that because we don't, you go to work, but that money, I think they said the dollar lost 30% of its value in the last 5 years. Purchasing power, wise. A lot of people, you don't want more money, you want more spending power, and I think G was hitting on that. Like, yeah, the nominal dollar amount goes up, but does the spending power like actually go up? It doesn't. That's just that's why I like Bitcoin. Up or down, I know they can't create no more of them. It's cooked. It's in the code. I can go look at the code. Ain't no bugs in it. It's fixed supply.
Steve, what you got to say to the skeptics out there who are saying this shit, Bitcoin, is over with? This shit is about to be.
They must be brand new. They brand new to the movement.
Hey, I will say this.
Because this is where
some right before the drop, and I was like,
because this is what people don't understand. When you're talking about some of the best capital allocators in the world, if they believe in the fundamentals of an asset, they don't sell said asset. You buy when that motherfucker drop by 50%. It's people who was betting on Apple for 20 years.
Yeah.
Apple had 75, 50%, 80% drops. But they believed in the underlying of what Apple was, and they kept doubling, tripling down. And that's and now look at them. Rolling in the money. So it's like you do have to find the thing that you like, that you really believe in. And if you really trying to get the craziest just wealth, concentration brings you that. If you're trying to bring more sustainable wealth and you can't deal with the ups and downs, you go with the S&P 500 or something like that.
But you gotta speak to both sides of that, Steve, because if you're trying to get the craziest wealth, that's also the craziest risk of losing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's what I said. It's all based off your appetite. Like me, I can handle a 75%, 50% drop. Because I ain't living off the Bitcoin now. I live off I get an income. I get paid an income, So I live off
Steve,
my
let me
income.
ask you this. So this kind of ties in different things, but as you're speaking about Bitcoin, does wealth like you accumulating wealth not based in value actually present it into like real world functionality? Is that not contradictory to your worldview?
Nah, because I actually view Bitcoin as a like if I was basing my accumulation of wealth and I had a moral, like I was applying a moral framework to that, I think I'm much more comfortable morally buying Bitcoin because I'm not exploiting nobody labor. I'm not, you know,
Yeah,
making
you
money
are.
off.
But you are though, Steve. You have to
Yeah,
acknowledge that.
yeah. I was about to say because
You
of
have to acknowledge it.
the more that it actually is evaluated at, you are earning at a value list. What like you're not working for the value in which you're accumulating, in which that also deflates the value of
But
other
but
people's work. I
but
guess
this,
would be.
I was
but
making
we
a
used to.
separate point. I was making a separate point in that
Okay.
for Bitcoin to run the way it runs, it does require a lot of electricity,
water.
It does require a lot of resources, and
storage,
and the means in which these things are being extracted, like people are going to be taken advantage of because it's capitalism.
That's true.
So
That's true. That's true. I can't lie. I can't lie about that. But from my framework, if I'm putting it on a ranking, because obviously nothing can be like y'all say, nothing can be truly just like morally pure, you know. But if I had to rank it, it's like I can get behind that a little bit. Like I can't be investing in defense contractors, man. You know, I just can't do it. You know, I don't care how much they run up.
no more
Fuck.
Halliburton.
No Halliburton, no Palantir. Palantir gonna build a surveillance state
Oh
across
damn,
the.
we were supposed to do that meme today.
They building a surveillance state.
The ring
Oh,
camera for the door
PLTR, boy. That made
for the dogs and shit. Yeah, I forgot they was trying to get that
nigga,
out
that
from the
shit.
people.
Hey, you but
yeah,
like
but
But the surveillance state is
you can't
lies.
judge.
No,
You can't
nah, it's
judge a
crazy.
Palantir
They trying to
nigga
get
if you a
too crazy
Bitcoin
with it
nigga.
now. G, like it's cool when the surveillance
First
state is
party.
like it's
Second
passive. It's like it's not
Yeah.
so much in your face.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, you know, they getting too crazy.
Steve, that shit was going for $18 back in the day,
They
man.
talking
You
about they
can't get
want us to
mad at
put our
me.
identity on Discord. Full identity. Y'all ain't
you're
see
not
that
gonna be off
update.
of the Discord, yeah.
Y'all ain't,
That's what. Hey, but that's the shit Tone be talking about like the digital IDs. That is what he be talking about.
They got to keep track of all these FBAs.
yeah.
Hey, listen. I already took like I'm on the other side of that argument. I am not mad at niggas that be saying the wildest shit, having to stand on what they say and show me who all y'all faceless niggas
Cause
are.
that's how you
I
get
done seen
redactions in
Steve face, so
files.
but it's so many of these niggas faces I ain't seen that be getting off crazy shit. And when I hop on
True.
that Discord and I just be seeing the commentary and the discourse on the Discord, I'd be like, this feel
Discourse
like
on
a
the
lot of
Discord.
you seen what I did there. This seemed like a lot of faceless propaganda going on.
Niggas be scared to show their face and talk shit.
Like I
Niggas
said
like, oh
before,
man.
I
They,
think
niggas like, oh man.
like I
Hey,
said
G.
before,
Matter
I
of
think
fact,
like I said before, I think y'all get more honesty when people don't show their face. When people
and this is fair.
in my
Before we go there,
experience,
before we go there, really quickly.
Honesty is different than transparency.
You know what this
hey, but
actually
real quick,
reminded me of
I
is
want to know what that Confederate money's going for. How value is that now?
Confederate money?
What
Compared to the
Confederate
dollar?
money?
Come on, Trump coin.
No, I'm talking about the Confederate money that still exists.
Probably nothing.
Where do it exist? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Hey, how much is it worth?
I realize that it was Confederate money.
Might go find a Confederate quarter then.
Are you
How
talking
much
about
is it
like
worth?
antique collector's item, or are you talking
Yeah,
about like
that's
real
what I'm
currency?
talking about. That cash, yeah.
Oh, so it's like a
yeah,
okay.
and then and it's strange to me that as the dollar goes down, all of a sudden they're taking away all of the pennies because the pennies actually have value because they have copper. So I'm trying to figure out, are these people
But they
trying
cost
to melt?
more to print than they worth though.
No, but you can melt that stuff down and repurpose it. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's really going on? Like, because eventually it seems like they're gonna get rid of all the coins that I know. Most of the newer coins are like it's just.
Well, let me
lead.
tell you, over in Europe, they didn't have like when I lived in Europe, like Steve was trying to clown me for my University of Amsterdam T. It's not Phoenix, nigga.
my bad, G. I couldn't see the bottom.
He tried to.
Hey, this nigga G.
University's world ranking, but I don't want to say it's not.
G is a Negro of elite stock, my guy.
Look, I come from the mud though. That's the thing. So everything I got, it was clawed for. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know what to tell you, but what I can say as it relates to this is that when I was in Europe, living out there for a couple years, I was flabbergasted when I was like, "Where are the pennies?" Nobody gave me change in pennies, bro. I would be like, the total, if the total was off by like a thing, they would just give you the nickel. They would give you the extra couple of cents. I'd be like, oh shit, like no pennies? They would give me a 5-cent piece because they didn't have pennies. So like, I already know
That's what they're doing in California.
That you
It
don't
started
have to
this
have
year.
pennies. You know what I'm saying? Like I like it's a lot of places that don't quote unquote have 1 cent as a currency. Like
I don't remember the last time I got a bunch of pennies from a store. Like they always do.
In California, they started it this year. They give you the if it's under, they give it to you. Like G just said, they give you the.
They'll take your penny.
They've been doing that in Europe for years.
There's been a lot of gas stations. They owe me a penny and they just don't give it. I'd be pissed
But I'm
off.
saying, as the government collects all these pennies, what are they doing with it? Like,
well, eventually they're gonna move away from physical denominated money altogether.
It's all gonna be digital.
It's all gonna be digital. You're gonna have to have a.
What I'm saying is, I'm keeping all of my hard money because that still has value.
Then just do strictly digital transactions and don't spend hard currency.
No, I'm not talking about the dollar paper. I'm talking about the hard money, the coins.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, if you really want to be like super, like I'm getting every value, swipe versus spend physical money. Because if something costs $13.63, just swipe for $13.63 versus having to give them $13.65 is my point.
And what y'all about to see with the stable coins coming out, everywhere that you shop is gonna come out with their own stable coin.
Yeah.
Walmart is gonna have a stable coin.
They already do it to some degree. Like gift cards and store credit, Starbucks, for example. Like
they all gonna have stable coins.
What that do?
You gonna have to use their stable coin to shop at their location. Ain't gonna be no more. It might be a universal stable coin.
What you think about this?
But Steve, how are they gonna base the value of the stable coin if the dollar?
The stable coin is just $1. It's gonna be base peg 1-to-1 with the dollar.
Steve, but Johnny do bring up a good point because most stable coins that we talk about in the crypto world are backed by actual securities like treasuries. Mm-hmm. Whereas with, say, for example, like I'm not a Starbucks regular, but I'll go to Starbucks and I'll try to order ahead of time. But in order to do that, you got to upload your money first and then withdraw from that account. So even if they don't create a currency, they're gonna make you create an account to where you're
creating this mechanism that lock you into them.
It's like when those gems be doing.
They can artificially inflate the value of it based on like. And you get more buying power, less buying power based on.
But also, it's just you can just gather
just real estate.
But you could just gather.
I don't know what it would be based off of.
First of all, the usefulness of a digital dollar to like the system is one, it's not anonymous, so you can track every purchase. So
the dollars aren't anonymous either because they got tracking on it, and in theory.
Yeah, but a dollar, you can like. There's so many ways you can money launder actual physical dollars.
Come on, that's the South African pride hat.
Whoa!
Hey, yo!
Damn, he on a hard delay today.
Oh no, man!
Damn.
Whoa!
Hey, yo!
Man, what's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all that's why y'all generation messed up.
Hey, yo.
Anything that's like hard, you say hard or soft or just regular shit, y'all get all crazy. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Hey, yo, calm down. Oh, man.
So if I say I had a heart out, y'all would do, y'all
that's
say that
even
too?
worse.
You know, that's just common talking, like television and entertainment.
You know,
You have hard out.
that's common talk at work too. But that's why I
That's
have
why
to turn my
Hollywood the way
camera
it
off.
is, old man.
That's
Yeah,
why I be
you're
having to
right
have my
about
camera
that.
off when these white folks start saying crazy shit because I can't keep a straight face. I'm like, whoa, I can't believe you just said that on a call.
Well, you're gonna have an HR call. Somebody said "woe" to me, and I was just saying the word, and
Oh,
that's how it's gonna go.
I done paused my managers when I used to, hey, nigga, pause.
No. My corporate version of pause, I said it so I ain't gonna lie to you. See, this is gonna be too fly. Y'all gonna try to get it off. Pause. But when I'm at work and I say something that's pause worthy, I just say, excuse me.
They'd be like, "What are you saying? Excuse me for, G?"
And everybody who know, it's like the smoothest way to get it off. I just be like, excuse me. And then I just keep going. Like anybody who know, I immediately catch them. But I'm telling you, that's the smoothest way to get it off.
That was a long and hard project. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me.
That's a good one, though. I might have to use that once or twice. Just to see.
Telling you, it's hilarious. Especially when you the only one on your inside joke. It's even funnier when you like.
That does make an
world,
inside joke.
like, I don't give a fuck about these niggas, man.
Or maybe one or two other ones.
Yeah.
Kamu, I think that they was asking questions about your hat.
No, he wasn't. G was.
G.
Yo, Kamu, yeah, is that the South African pride joint?
The bucket hat.
Okay, well, bro.
Say hey yo.
No, man.
Say hey yo.
Just a regular hat, bro.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You gotta hit him with an hey yo, Kamu.
What's the design? Fruits and berries? What's the design on that?
Paul, we got Paul. I
mean,
no, that's from Coming to America.
It was kind of hitting the spectrum, Kamu. That's why I was just asking, dog.
Is that like colorful lines or something?
Definitely on the spectrum.
It was hitting.
Kamu, you should have hit
the
hey yo from the start. You would have
might just be the LGB, not quite the T, but definitely LGB.
You might need to go back to that pink bandana, Kamu. I don't know.
See, I told you, Kamu. Hey yo would have stopped all of this.
If you had one more color in there, you had a T, man. You had a T with one more color in there. You got the LGB though.
Yeah,
that's an LGB.
Upon further review, I think you safe, Kamu. I think you safe, but it was a little. I didn't know what would you. I didn't know.
They say hey yo to these niggas. They don't let them.
Floor is yours, Kamu.
Give us the South African update.
He a minute behind. We got to wait a minute for him to respond.
No, man. Look, money game, bro. I think.
Okay, let's pass the collection plate for the Kamu Wi-Fi fund. We can get you Wi-Fi.
Finna get him some ass and some Wi-Fi.
Get you
we
that.
Can get you some Google. What's that? Google Fiber. They got that over there.
Nah, you gonna have to get Starlink for sure.
Oh yeah, Starlink.
Fuck with Elon, bro. Fuck Elon.
Man, he offering something good to the world though. He did something right with the Starlink.
I bet them South Afrikaners got good Wi-Fi.
Africans, hey, they probably taking up all the bandwidth. Oh man,
yeah, they got their shit throttled over there in the where
they looking at the Turning Point show. They running that Turning Point show.
They streaming that Kid Rock, Johnny.
He's one of us.
Hey, but I don't think Q ever seen that movie. If you build it, they will come. So I'm
Field of Dreams. That's Field of Dreams.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think Q.
Talking about the Disney movie.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams. Is that Disney movie?
I don't know. It's probably Disney.
But now it's Disney.
Talking about the baseball movie.
Yeah.
No, that's Angels in the Outfield. Never mind.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm familiar with the reference in general.
Yeah.
Oh man, go ahead and save Johnny because Johnny was making bad points. Maybe you have a better point.
No, I mean, I don't got to answer a straight out answer that because, like, it would take a lot for me to just go in the middle of nowhere just to see, for an event. It'll have to be like a concert. It'll have to be something.
Oh yeah, because man, you live inside a major city in general, like inside a
Yeah,
populated city, and
yeah.
that was the only point that I was making is that black ingenuity exists, but like typically what helps it thrive is the fact that there's a bunch of traffic already happening that's able to recognize it. Not specifically that black people build like these, amazing things out in the middle of nowhere, and then people go to it and go see it.
It could be that way because in the cities we don't have ownership of our ingenuity.
But
look at these
black
record
people,
labels. You look at these things where the more closer we get to the
All right,
city,
but this is where I
our
feel like
ownership
fantasy
goes
land
down.
world.
More people rent. More
But
people don't
you're
even
talking
know
about
where
it
to live.
could be. All I'm saying is like give me examples of this happening.
And I ain't had no middle of nowhere examples. I had some smaller city examples, and I'll give y'all that.
but even the cities you name at those historical periods in time, those are major cities. You talking about Durham? You talking about the tobacco capital of America when those black people built what they built. Black people participate in.
Let them know, Steve. Let them
Black
know.
people participate in the
I used to
economy
smoke
just like
cigarettes. I know.
like everybody else. If the economy is booming, black people is gonna take advantage of whatever's provided in the economy. So that's whether you look at us when we was in Detroit in more modern times, or if you look in the past when we was in Tulsa during the oil industry. We not stupid people. If we gonna figure out some way to create based off what's going on. Like that's just I don't find it a compelling argument to say that we would have to disconnect ourselves from the broader economy to actually like see ourselves to be financially prosper because that's not fair to us
But you don't
because
think a
we help
separation? You don't
because
think a
we help
separation?
build why would we separate ourselves from the broader economy when our labor helps further grow the broader economy? We just cutting ourselves off from something we like actually
Hey,
participating in.
Steve backhanded you with an FBA point right there.
Like, why
I
would we
like
do
that.
that? Like, I don't think people really think about this point when they say we should. Go, why would we cut ourselves off from an economy in which we've helped build?
for,
I
for
ain't
for
living
more
off the
ownership
grid.
of it because like when we are in these economies, there's less percentage of us that actually own our land, that
Right, but
own the places
Johnny,
where we
have
live
you
at,
ever heard
and we
of
could
like
take a step back and there'd be more ownership, and in the long run, I think that
But
would be more
but what's
beneficial.
more like you saying
you about
we
to make the
should
point? Go ahead.
we would have more ownership. What is ownership of nothing?
There you go. Yeah,
What's renting something expensive? It's the
No,
same
no,
thing.
like honestly,
no,
answer
no.
the question. What's ownership of nothing?
But like I
What
think niggas are gonna can turn nothing into something more than anybody else in this country.
we live like you can segregate people, you cannot segregate the economy. That is the just the reality of how it like work. There would never
I
be
would.
this bifurcated economy in which the broader economy is doing good and this black economy gonna be segregated somewhere off doing a whole nother thing. That's not the
Yeah,
country we live in.
we can't do
We
that.
we
Yeah.
we gotta talk about the actual country that we like, the place that we live in. The
Bring the
economy
gun
is
out,
not
Steve.
bifurcated like that. Cause then what are you saying? Are you gonna go get your own trade deals with a whole bunch of other countries?
No, but I think we could like have our own, like if we live around each other in places that we actually own land. Then like
That's cool.
there gonna be industries that come in that want to sell us stuff. There gonna be stuff that like the economy will follow us.
But
Johnny,
that's
if
No,
your
you have
situational.
to be at
That's
a major scale. Major
if
scale.
your
Like they
if
will
you was
come to
frank,
try to sell it. Like the
hold on,
economy will follow us.
We would need.
Johnny.
Say man, put
If
that belt down. This ain't no belt. I'm fighting back,
Johnny,
nigga. This
if
ain't
you
no
was
belt.
framing this,
Take
if
that
you
shit
was
down.
framing this as just a
Belt.
project of if we was doing this project, and this is what we
Johnny,
gotta choose. This is the real
Johnny got
this
head.
this is the real decision you need to make.
Johnny, then switch the gun off the screen. God damn. Come on, Johnny. We know what's happening here.
Oh
That nigga done pissed
man.
me off, nigga. He done
trying to understand. We already have many towns where it's just majority black people in rural areas too. So it's not like that doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
but because those places,
what those towns, the towns that have majority black people, what attractions are drawing people there?
The thing that would only draw anybody, it doesn't even matter if you're black, it would be jobs, opportunity.
But
exactly.
I'm asking specifically of the
So
examples that
I don't
exist.
think that old
I don't
man is
think old
making
man
Johnny.
agreeing with
He's not
Johnny.
making Johnny
Oh,
point.
He not agreeing with Johnny.
No, because people go where you go where the people at. Now, if the people ain't there, it's no point of buying
We
something.
participate in the economy the same way everybody else participate in the economy.
The only reason we had what we had back in the day is because we were forced to all go somewhere where nobody was at. And then from that point, that standpoint, we built out and made something out of nothing. But that was the hard way. Like what you trying to do is like, why would you replicate that and give away everything we worked for and try to do that again?
And somebody made a point, and they say, let me read the comment where they say, we are the economy. We don't keep our money in the community. And I want to I want to crush this myth for y'all right quick. It's impossible to keep the money in the community. Do we own farms at a mass scale? Do we own technology companies at a mass scale? Even if your so-called black business that
You
sell,
could do that in the middle of nowhere. But
even your so-called black business that sell food, do they buy that from another black person that's in the community? No. There's no such thing as keeping the money in the community. Because first of all, from a financial standpoint, from a monetary policy understanding standpoint, money that is constantly circulating in the community is worthless money. From a from a legit financial standpoint, monetarily. You want money to move. You want money to move around. That's how it's dynamic. Like this myth that we got about money staying in the community. First of all, nobody can even figure out where they got that stat from. If you really go try to do the research on that, it's just a made up thing that Dr. Clyde Anderson said. Like, no, this Jewish people keep their money for
Steve, put the
six.
belt down. Steve, put the
Nah,
belt.
I'm just, it's some stuff we gotta dispel. We gotta dispel some of this stuff because this type of psychology has the black community stuck.
I don't know what's the right one. What supposed to click?
It's like you hear this stuff out. The Jews keep their money for 72,000 years in the community. No, they
Hey,
don't.
Don Dada, call in link is here. I'll toss it in. Let
It's
Steve
time
know
for the
where I'm
average.
from.
Hey, Don Dada, hit the link, man.
Yeah, hit the link.
No.
You'll be the last call in if we do.
FBA is here already. What you talking about?
It do make sense. Because when you start to trace all of these circulating dollars, and I think I didn't show the school who's actually created the marketing campaign. It's the Selig Center at the University of Georgia. I posted it in previous shows. They literally have created a marketing campaign around the circulating dollar myth, the 1.2 trillion dollar black wealth myth. They've literally created a marketing campaign which whole point is to get us to spend more money. It's not real.
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about, but as far as Johnny, like we have people who have ownership and they make money. The only thing that we don't continue to do is pass it down. Like I think G talked about it. Once it's inherited, the next person wasn't trained to continue that job, so they're just looking for a quick pay.
They don't. Not only we're not trained, they don't want the
They don't want to do what their parents did.
They don't want the responsibility. They find it as a burden.
And you don't think that hurts our overall wealth?
They don't see the value.
This is not just us in the Asian community. They're doing it like this as well now. Like it's only the people that are, I don't want to say fresh off the, but only the recent immigrants keep that tradition that, the next generation keeps it. But they only do that to a certain point. The people who are like American, Asians or whatever, they don't live like that anymore either. Like that's an old way. That's
But
like
they didn't own as much land as we did either.
No, but I'm just saying, just the past, like
So
I was
like
a farmer. I'm gonna
we
pass down
sold
my
a lot of
farm to
land.
you, and then you're gonna maintain
I'm saying,
the
but
farm.
we've had generational wealth that like we would have had that. It would have been way more than what it is now, based on like us selling out land.
Live view, old man and Johnny.
I mean, but you also got to understand, like, the generation of our people.
Johnny the boy, Johnny the little kid.
Yeah.
Duh. Like, duh. Like,
Johnny, see,
duh. Like,
when
hey,
Johnny,
leave me alone, man. Y'all, hey, it's time for the after show, man. Like,
Johnny got a
man,
buzzball equilibrium, and obviously
wrap
he's
this shit up.
veered over into too many buzz balls.
So my point, I'm like, look,
it was the Modelos this time.
The Modelos.
Johnny, everybody just looking
at
Bad Bunny. That Bad Bunny had the Modelos.
Hey Johnny, everybody just looking to cash out. So I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
It's all right.
Fellas, this is that time to go ahead and take us to the after show. Nonetheless, this has been a fun episode of the Unpacked show. Shout out to all the guys. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony that performed at the Super Bowl. Clearly, but saying all that to say, we're here every Wednesday. For a good time, not a long time. Pause. But make sure you tap in. We have G the King, y'all see the cash. Johnny J Rock 989. Steve, old man. A Black was here, and Kamu. I think that they said that he had 4 letters off of the alphabet.
Man, I wish A Black was still here, man.
Which letters was it though?
Yeah, I wish A Black. He need to change his name to Black.
A Black is here, but I know who can't show their face in public.
That's another inside joke.
Yo,
y'all talking about BTA?
You guys gotta be here early in the stream.
Y'all talking about BTA?
Callback. That's a callback right there. That was on live earlier. That was a callback. I know who ain't showing their face in public.
Nigga,
with that said, we out. Peace.